Welcome, chat, to another Metaphor ReFantazio stream. How is everyone doing today? Thank you so much for joining. I'm super excited to play more of this game. I'm already completely hooked in. It has just really knocked my socks off, honestly. My enjoyment of this game is just through the roof right now. I'm into it, man. I'm into it all the way. I'm hooked in a way I didn't know, because you guys know I've been excited for this one for a long time. I've been excited for ReFantazio for, since I found out it existed, since they re-revealed it. I've had some concerns about it, sure. But like, when I actually got to play it and like I actually got to experience it, I was like, this is it, man. This is why I play games. Like, this is why I play JRPGs. It clicked with me immediately. So, yeah, I am super, super duper in love with this game so far. It's only been W so far. One thing I do want to talk about, though, before we get into the game, because we're just pretty much going to go ahead and dive in. Then toward the end, we might watch some of the Metal Gear content that's come out. The Metal Gear Solid Delta trailers and stuff that's come out. So we'll take a look at that. But one thing I wanted to talk about was the PC performance yesterday. There are some known issues with the PC performance. However, that was not the issue that was facing us yesterday when I had the low frame rate. It was actually my fault. Allow me to explain how that was entirely my fault, and I'm Night Sky Idiot. I use a very cool feature on my camera here that is known as NVIDIA Broadcast, which enhances my camera. Maybe not so much right here because I have the microphone arm sticking out right now, so it makes the blurriness. It fucks with the AI, but it uses your GPU to locally AI enhance the webcam of your the webcam output on your stream. It's a really, really cool feature. It's a feature that a lot of streamers use because you can have a relatively cheap webcam and you can make that webcam look kind of expensive, kind of fancy looking. Again, maybe not so much right now because I have shit that's like kind of fucking with the AI, because you're not supposed to have like objects really in front of you. You see how it like fucks with it. Anyway, well, the problem is that when we played the game yesterday on the PC port, I forgot to turn this AI off. This AI takes about a good third of your GPU to run in the background. This is fine when you're doing just chatting streams. This is fine whenever you're doing that. Yes, I could run the game completely maxed out with no frame drops or anything. It's completely fine. It was not the game's fault, at least in the case of my PC. I understand there are some issues that other people are still having. So, some people got freaked out because they're like, whoa, NSP has a pretty good PC, pretty good graphics card, and he's having these type of issues. I do not have that kind of PC, that kind of PC. And so if he's having issues, then, maybe I shouldn't touch the PC version. That's not necessarily the case. Yeah, I was just an idiot and I forgot to turn off my NVIDIA Broadcast AI that runs locally on my GPU. What the fuck is going on with my hair? That runs locally on my GPU. And as a result, it used a crap ton of GPU power. Not to mention, I was also recording and streaming at the same time. So I had all that shit going on in the background. Lo and behold, I check out the demo again today because I was like, man, what the fuck is wrong with the demo? Yeah, there are some other performance issues that people are having, but I just wanted people to know that those issues were specific to me being a dumbass. And the PC port may have some issues, but it's not that bad. It was literally just what was going on with me. So, that being said, we are going to continue our playthrough on the PS5. just because we've already gotten too knee deep. When I get the official game, though, I'm probably requesting it on PC because of Steam Deck. It's also to my understanding that the Steam Deck port is not like really the best right now, so we're also kind of waiting for the Steam Deck version to maybe get sorted out, and then possibly it will work. I think they're saying that the Steam Deck version's running at like 25 frames or something like that. I don't know. Hold on. My graphics card. Oh. I said my graphics card. My capture card sometimes has this weird bug in it where I have to unplug and then plug back in my capture card in order to get it to recognize my PS5. I don't know why that's a thing. But it is. And so yeah, sometimes I have to unplug and then plug back in my PS5 in order for it to recognize my PS5. Let me pull the PS5 up on the screen. Give me 1 second. Sweet. I really like the way you have some basic hack and slash alongside the turn-based combat. Right, because it keeps the game fresh, right? Like, it keeps the game feeling like you're doing different stuff to get through a lot of the environments. It's cool. Has it been Steam Deck verified? The Unreal Engine titles were all verified. So this is not Unreal Engine, actually. This is the Persona 5 engine, believe it or not. This is straight up P5 engine that has been enhanced, which is actually funny because I think that if you look at Persona 5, like one of the big praises for P5 is that P5 was a really well optimized game. Even on PlayStation 3, it ran like a dream. And so it is kind of funny that there have been some complaints about the optimization of this game because, you know, you just think about Persona 3 and it just being so well optimized. Yeah, and this game not really seeing that, so. It's not verified, however, I'm sure that it'll get there. If not from Atlas, then from the fans, you know what I'm saying? Like, the fans will figure out a way to get it running on Steam Deck. Steam Deck, for me, is just such an important selling point. The game has issues on PS5, too. Yeah. It's just not well optimized. Is the combat good? Yes, the combat fucks. The combat fucks like crazy, dog. It's very good.
Everything alright?
You're late. Were you late? Wait. Oh, I got to turn auto off. There were people struggling to get away. We couldn't just abandon them. In that case, well done. Still, there are likely more who need assistance inside. Is this their own engine or Unreal? This is their own engine. It's the Persona 5 engine. 'Tis a sorry mess that the royal funeral led to. I could have never imagined. We only have Luis to blame. Launching an attack on the proceedings was unthinkable.
And then...
That's not all he's done. That mad subordinate of his. You said he's after the royal specter? Or a scepter, however you say it. Yes, no doubt to offer it to his master. Once Luis takes it in his hand, I fear the whole country will bend to his whims. No, we can't let that happen. I mean, we can stop him, right? So, let's keep moving.
Onward.
The entrance to the upper levels is ahead. Try to keep up. Guys, let's see something real quick, because one thing I'm noticing about this game is that the audio mixing is kind of, like, wrong.
Let's give it our all.
Okay. What the... Because the voices, the volume of the voices is so soft. And then the music is so loud. So maybe if we balance it like that, maybe it will... Oh shit, I didn't save. Wow, fuck me. Okay. Yeah, the balance is way off. Unbiased fanboy. Like, okay, I'm glad it's not just me that's having that issue, because it's really weird because the voices are like really low, and like the sound is fine. You've got to be joking. That thing looks absolutely massive. We have to climb that whole way? This is going to take a while.
Yes.
Indeed we do. The Royal Scepter's chamber is at the top. Let us make haste. Okay, so this must be why the demo goes on for quite a bit longer. I think we got like 2 hours worth of gameplay here, because we streamed for 4 hours, and we still weren't done, which is insane, right?
Look at that!
I love how this is kind of becoming the standard for like JRPG demos. You know, Square Enix might be the ones to thank for this, because
This place?
I feel like they did kind of help standardize it, where it's just like, we're gonna give you the opening of the game, the first few hours, like literally the first few hours of the game, and you just decide for yourself if you're interested or not. That, for me personally, has worked really well for getting me to be interested in games. I don't know about you guys, but I've really been a big fan of that style. What's become of this place? Is that Matla?
Like this?
Oh, wait. This is a voice
Just
scene.
like in the abandoned mines.
I'm stupid.
What was that sound?
Brace yourselves. It's collapsing.
It happened before Final Fantasy 16. Dragon Quest 11 was probably the most notable one to do it, but
The entrance!
even it was...
Damn it!
There were ones that did it
Now
even
how are we
before
supposed
that,
to get
I
inside?
think.
We'll not be getting in this way. That collapse was no accident. He means to halt our advance. Best to seek another way. And I've a plan to do it.
A plan's more than I have. Right. Lead the way.
Before we go any further, I would have my answers. We must speak of the man Luis executed.
So, were you a friend to Grius?
Yes. I knew him as Alsace. Arvid Alsace. He'd been engaged as a tutor to His Royal Highness, teaching him swordsmanship at the King's behest.
Her voice is so good. Yeah, all the voices in here are just so good. I didn't know you'd expect him. I see. Let's go with this one.
I wouldn't have expected you to know him.
Yes. Well, it was back when I myself was serving as one of His Highness's personal guards.
You're a personal guard for the prince.
I was. Now he is lost to me. Which brings me to the heart of my concern. I hope you can give me the answer I seek. Why were you trying to kill Luis?
Well,
You can't reveal the reason
Revenge.
for the assassination.
The assassination is for His Highness. To avenge his death.
Revenge?
Not just for the prince. Luis killed the king as well.
Alsace was a calculating man. Callous, where softer hearts falter. He was not some wild-eyed revolutionary, driven by petty emotion. Why would such a man sacrifice all in the name of revenge?
Who knows? Is that all you wanted to know then?
If nothing else, you were friends of Alsace. Once more, I would humbly request your blades at my side.
I'd think you'd find surer allies among the guard.
You saw for yourself their failings today. A legion may be easily divided. A squad of few elites, however, moves as one. I'll have us into the Grand Cathedral. I know the way. Will you assist me?
Naturally. How about you?
Of course.
Right. Not much point in asking, really.
Yeah, I mean, some of the hate that's come out on this game has like deeply puzzled me. Like,
oi! Where's the
deeply
state
puzzled
army?
me.
I can't believe all the mess at the king's funeral. Our country's doomed, isn't it?
Pretty chaotic here.
With good reason. I was there, and even I struggled to grasp the situation.
Oh, you're back.
Have you seen Maria?
Maria? She's missing.
She heard the commotion and ran off. She can't have gotten far.
Oi, Fabienne! We found Maria!
Maria!
Don't move her. She suffered a blow to the head.
She must have been
Oh,
caught in
shit.
the wave of people fleeing. Poor girl.
She's unconscious, but I don't believe it's life-threatening.
Oh, but he'll be along soon, won't he?
She's so bad, Chad. I'm sorry. She's so bad, and now she's widowed too. Like, this only gets better.
I'm sorry.
I was prepared for the worst, but
Damn it. Fabienne is taking care of Maria. Sounds like she'll have to stay put and rest for a while.
Are there people still left inside?
Most of the soldiers sent in to help haven't returned. I expect Luis's forces made short work of them. No one's sure if that human's corpse is safe either, so it's just been left to rot.
Underground, there is a mausoleum where the dead are interred. It opens to the Grand Cathedral on the other side.
And we can trust your word, can we? How do we even get into this mausoleum?
There's a gate just beside the recruitment center. We'll make our way in from there.
Right. Let's hurry.
Yeah, I mean, all I'll say on the matter is that Square Enix fans and like Atlas fans are very opposite when it comes to the reception of new games. And I'll leave it to you to interpret what I mean by that. Check your approval rating by pressing L1. Oh man. Archetypes as manifestations of heroes can sense the fame of their user. You'll grow more popular, naturally, by helping other people. In addition, mag, proportionate to your rank, will accumulate daily on a coronation rock, where the leading candidates' faces are carved into the surface by the king's magic. You can collect multiple days worth at once. By the archetypes, I can hear the voices of the past heroes' souls. As of yet, a nameless wretch in the time come, we shall judge if thou art worthy for a vessel of our power. The true king, who the people would choose as a culmination of heroes of Eld, thou shalt use thy power as 'tis meant to be. The path will open before thee. Use thy strength for justice and save people of the realm. Make the real world that was beyond our grasp. Okay. Onto your archetype. Sure that the king's rule, anyone can be crowned, even you. But I think stopping this calamity is way more important than worrying about that right now.
This I cannot fathom.
An elder?
I see the soldiers' morale is all but evaporated.
Hang on a minute, you. In the end, it's someone else's problem.
The Royal Guard is sloppy, eh?
Yes, sad, though.
All right.
No lookouts that I can see. Will not be discovered going in or out of the cathedral as we please.
Well,
Excuse me, I had to sneeze. It's quiet, it's kind of creepy.
Even so...
So quiet, it's kind of creepy. I'd rather have avoided the disturbing the dead, but we cannot let that stop us here.
I'm a little worried.
I'm worried about the people left in the Grand Cathedral.
Let's go.
Let's head to the cathedral and we'll go after that necromancer. We're going to catch him for Grius' sake as well.
All right.
Just as I thought, this area has yet to be sealed off. We should be able to enter through here.
Now, where was I?
Let's go to the Velvet Room.
Oh.
Was the baddie Maria's mother? I didn't realize she was just... I thought she was just a nanny. Didn't realize Grius had a game like that. No, yeah, that was Grius' like wife, I'm pretty sure, right? That's the way I interpreted it, at least, because there was a line of dialogue about it.
Well then.
I realize this is sudden, but I want to ask you...
What?
You mean by task?
All right.
To stand fearless in the face of change, we may not only alter your form, but reveal heroic qualities that you embody. Indeed, this is the truth of archetypes. The heroes of our kingdom's history will all show glimpses of such power, though not to the extent you have. Yet now, their tales are largely forgotten, fables in obscurity.
That means...
A hero standing alone is not a hero at all, but a simple dissenter. Without the support of others, their ideals are soon buried beneath history's weight, and their lives go unnoticed. The same holds true for archetypes. An archetype will only reach their ultimate power once you obtain and unite many heroic embodiments. If you can achieve this, my dream shall too be fulfilled in this way, and I'm sure we can take the first step toward the ideal world I described in my novel.
Because you see...
Researching this power is vital for me as well. For our first task, I'd like you to activate the heroic embodiment of the healer. I'm certain the task will be a fruitful opportunity for you to hone what draws others to you. That is to say, your outwardly royal virtue.
This one's important.
Okay. To nurture strength, I'll need to challenge Luis's the Archmage. I should raise the healer archetype to 10. This can be completed by anyone.
Please.
You need to complete the task and speak to me. That act alone will grant me boundless understanding.
Yeah.
I bet the ultimate archetype will be king. Yeah, that makes total sense. Thank you for coming so quickly to your decision.
Yes, that's right.
Confrontation with your nemesis is inevitable, is it not? For all your plans and devices, one day you'll have to fight Count Luis.
But for that...
To that end, you must seek and awaken new and stronger archetypes, and to research the way their powers complement each other. Chance encounters often spur a hero to grow, and indeed, change the very world around them. As we share a fantasy of ideals, surely I too will grow in this growth.
This research.
Or, I don't know if that was the right word. Anyway, and when that happens, my memories may gradually return. The king's seal upon them may fade, such as where this place is and why the king can find me here. Through research, you may gain more power, and I regain my memories. Ultimately, we reach the utopia I dream of, a mutually beneficial agreement, no? Already, your efforts have done much more of my research. Now, there is more I can do to assist you. If an archetype has learned a skill, I can make it inheritable by other archetypes. I can show you wherever... This is persona fusion. Nice try, Atlas. I can show you where you'd like. In this way, your encounters with others will grow a source of even greater strength.
Regards.
This is Igor in his youth? Yeah, it totally is. Let us face these hardships together. I have high hopes for your future endeavors. Nice.
Hello.
Skill inheritance is now available. You can spend mag to unlock previous skills learned and give them to other archetypes. You can individually set skills, each archetype inherits. Okay. Okay. Do I study archetypes then? I had to pick a person first. Okay, that makes sense. Where's the healer at? Oh, there it is. Oh wow, I'm short on mag.
That is...
You haven't filled the conditions to study that one yet, so you'll need to choose a different archetype to switch. Wow, okay.
That is...
Okay. So can I unlock this one for you? Because you have that one. I could unlock warrior or mage.
I see.
Let's just do that.
This right here.
All right.
500 Mac, yeah. Since we don't have Grius anymore.
I'm counting
rest
on
in
you.
peace.
Of course.
And so be it. By shared resolve and honored creed, take a new form as a mage. These animations are so cool. If thou art prepared to pursue... No.
Really?
So...
New skills, new possibilities.
Channel the mage archetype. Yes. Oh, okay. Oh, it allows you to change your equipment based on that. Okay, so how does the inherit skills thing work? Oh, I can inherit skills from other... Oh, man, okay.
All right.
Oh, I see. Except I don't have enough mag to do that. But, in theory, that's cool. Can you switch between the archetypes in the middle of battle? Chat? Is it like a persona? Because I just realized I gave up heal.
What would you care to know?
Okay. No switching? Oh, shit. Can I... In like, is this the only place you can switch? Because I realize I give up healing if I do this. You can only switch before the battle? Okay. Well, then that should be good enough. Like, can I switch in the menu?
What now?
What would it be under? You can only inherit the skills to other classes? Okay. Well, then I just fucked up then, because I don't have enough mag to like
that.
Because I want my mage to be able to learn.
All right.
You can pay to get healing on your new. Yeah. I don't have enough. I'm like a little short. Okay, that's fine. The end of the document is the word Ryan, according to some more important.
Yes.
Only a few instances where the king has evoked this magic, a strong desire. Either.
Grant me a moment.
But this way, it's certainly not used anywhere.
Got a moment?
Indeed, it certainly seems there is much I can't recall. Should you learn anything new, I should appreciate it if you return to me. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna just, okay, let's just head out.
Oh.
I'll figure it out.
You'll come again.
You can switch archetypes and equipment? Oh,
What
really?
now?
Oh, okay. Well, then that's not a big deal. Yeah, never mind then. Okay, I thought it was just like baked in, and you had to go back to the velvet room to do it.
Ready?
Okay,
Alright.
well then. Okay, we're good. Dati, thank
Doesn't
you
it
so much
seem
for
like-
that. It's downright eerie. Much too quiet in here. We have no choice but to steel ourselves and move on. This is the only way left open to us.
Let's hurry.
The area looks clear. Let's hurry.
Onward.
Metaphor is definitely going to be one of those games where I don't fully understand all the mechanics until like all the mechanics in a deep way until I'm like 30 hours in. That's what I feel. because they're so different from like Megaton, like Persona mechanic. They're different, but then they're also kind of the same too. It's weird. You better watch the. Oh yeah, so I've missed the last 3 episodes of the Nier anime. I haven't watched them yet, but I do hear that there is some type of like teaser in like the last few, or like in the last episode. But yeah, I'm getting a strange feeling from up ahead. It's the same feeling I had at the abandoned mine before. But the mines were. What do you sense? I don't know. I've got a bad feeling about this. What's the plan, Makoto?
Yeah.
We're going in. Right. There's no time to second guess ourselves. Yeah, the anime was so good, man. It's funny too, because like when it started, I wasn't that big a fan of it, and then as it kept going, I was like, oh, this is great.
We can't get through the door.
Strange as he is, that pale fellow's magic works. Good for rooting out the rats.
That blasted mage set a trap. Not surprising. We knew he was expecting us.
And you still fell for it? At least you'll be in good company.
What? It can't be.
No way.
Grius.
Alsace. Alsace, stop it! Don't! Why would you die for revenge of all things? The man I fought beside was not so ruled by anger and malice. Alsace, tell me, please.
No, not baby girl. What the fuck, bro?
Is this the price of my failure, then? The prince, for having lost him, you too would abandon me. Why did you leave me alone in the dark when you escaped with his highness? I have sought him for so many years to no avail, and now I... Of course. 'Tis only just that you be the one to send me to him now.
Get up! Fight!
I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
No! You have it wrong!
The prince is alive!
Hey!
He's right. We do hunt Luis, but not for revenge. We mean to lift the prince's curse.
Is that true? His Highness is... still...
Yes, he lives. So you have to keep fighting!
You mean... if that's true...
We talked about the different accents before, and now everyone has a different accent. Or not everyone has a different accent, but like...
thou anguished
only 2 characters have American accents, and that's Gallica and the protagonist, right? And I think that's really interesting. Why only those 2, right?
Transcending all oaths, I choose life of my own will!
Thank you. Thou hast chosen a noble parting. Henceforth, thy fears and insecurities become thy light. Thou art the brilliant star that shall illuminate the King's Road.
Camilo, why are you
awaken.
speaking English in my Japanese chat if you hate dubs? Thanks.
My name is Aislinn Pacelli Majal Hulkenberg. I am knight, I am commander, and last of the honor guard! Once more, I take up arms in my liege's name!
Alcest, I will see you freed.
Black Lion Guard, hello.
For a liege I am sworn to, in his royal name.
Oh shit.
With this power,
This archetype looks dope.
The way.
What the fuck?
Tis almost finished.
Oh.
I'm sensing a huge surge of power. Hang on. It almost seems like the two archetypes are resonating with each other.
You've unlocked synthesis skills. Synthesis skills are special cooperative skills available according to the party's channeled archetypes. Access them by pressing X on a party member's turn. In order to perform a synthesis skill, a second party member with a specific archetype channeled is necessary. Synthesis skills consume the collaborator's turn icon in addition to the active character's turn icon. So is this like a dual tech?
I'm so sorry.
Join with me.
Oh, this is a dual attack. Jump thrust deals medium pierce damage to one of the enemies. Oh shit.
Let me help!
Behold my power!
Now, what's the play? Let's do this! Something else.
That's fucking cool.
Ah! Oh!
Is that all?
Let's go. Better be sure.
Oh wait, no, so this is available.
Falling back.
Okay.
Come forth, royal soul.
What do you think of this game? Oh, dude, I think it's fucking great.
For all that we strive for!
No.
Allies, together!
I'm counting on you!
Roar with royal might!
Dual attacks are not too OP, which I love. Yeah. That shit is crazy, bro. What the fuck? It missed? Oh shit. Phantom Dance. That's a physical-based attack, right? I assume, even though it's Phantom, I assume it's still physical.
I shall vanquish evil.
Okay.
Let's stay calm.
Anymore. Someone heal him.
Let's try this.
My thanks.
I stand, oh power of heroes!
Not now.
Behold, we stand together!
Coordination is key!
And thus I end it!
Yeah, dude. I mean, yeah, JRPG fans have had a really good past 2 years, honestly. It's just been really solid. There's just been so much good stuff that's out. Oh, shit, okay.
Anyone heal him.
No holding back!
Nah.
Stroll can't take anymore. Someone heal him.
This'll do.
Thank you.
I owe you.
Observe the enemy. Allies, together!
Can't jump thrust anymore.
I stand waiting. Is that all?
Oh, this is what I should have been doing. Okay. Okay, I get her mechanic now.
Within.
That's a cool mechanic.
Mate!
By the sworn oath of knighthood.
Knight! Is that all?
How's the performance been? It's been okay. I do think you'd expect a game like this to run a little better, but yeah, it's not bad.
Are you prepared? His Highness.
Yeah, if you like the battle mechanics of Persona, but like you didn't like the high school part, then this might click with you.
We'll do as you ask, friend. I swear it.
Oh, we got plenty of mag.
I'll strive for greater heights.
This magic.
Nice. I feel stronger already.
Rest now, Alsace. We will protect Maria and His Royal Highness.
Oh. Isn't this crystal just like what we saw in the abandoned mine? It gives me the same nasty feeling. Come on. Let's just destroy it.
First he wakes the dead, and now this bizarre object. This man is dangerous and must be stopped.
You said you were a royal knight, didn't you? Were you there on the night the prince was attacked?
Yes, though I was
Knight
the least
the
among the
Prince.
order then.
That's
We
an
saw His
NSP
Highness
reference.
afflicted with a horrific curse. But soon after, he mysteriously vanished. Alsace was one of His Highness's closest confidants when he disappeared. I'd wondered if they were both lost to us.
But I could see it when we told you the truth. You believed the prince was alive, didn't you?
I'd left my post to wander the land. A search party, at least in intent. News of the king's demise brought me back. Thence, we met. Now, onward. 'Tis nothing. Let us go.
Don't tis nothing me. You took a hard hit early on. Let's head back for now.
But...
We've come this far, so he'll be looking to buy time. It's just as you advised before. We can't rush in if we're to see this through. What say you? We can withdraw for now, right?
I say it's up to her.
I'll trust your judgment. Homeward, then.
No, we have to complete the dungeon in one day. What the fuck? We have to complete the dungeon in one day.
You're just in time. Maria's awake. She's not hurt too badly, but she's locked up in her room and won't come out. I told her that her father wouldn't be coming home.
So she knows.
Oh, I should say, I found a note in his belongings. Meant for you all, I'm sure. It said, if there's anything left that could serve you, take it. I left his belongings
Oh, we
in his
finna
room,
rob
so
him.
You're free to have a look.
Oh, wait.
Now that you're here, I'll go check on her one more time. Try to rest, and I'll be
He
back
said
shortly.
if there's anything I can take that would serve me, I can take
Can I
it,
assume
right?
you're still dedicated to the mission?
Does that mean I can take his wife's hand and marry? If I wanted to. Because, I mean, he said anything, right, chat? So, I mean, practically speaking here.
Killing Luis to lift the prince's curse. We've lost a lot already. We can't afford to give up after one failure.
Don't worry. I've no intention of giving up now.
What do you think? Are you going after Luis?
Of course
I am.
Yes. Someone has to bring the bastard to justice.
By the way, this is how the Persona 6 protagonist needs to be, right? Because I'm feeling the MC's characterization, like this is all they need to do for P6, right? Just like I choose the dialogue option and then he says the sentence. And it's not like forbidden for him to say a sentence in a cutscene, right? He's still my self-insert, and I'm still like choosing the dialogue options for him, right? But like it allows the character's default characterization to shine through, and it allows me to like interpret and play with that characterization. I think they've actually achieved the balance like the ideal balance for like the insert protagonist. More so with this game, at least how I'm feeling it so far, like this is like what it's supposed to be more so to me than like kind of like how Persona currently does it, right? I don't know how you guys feel about it, but that's how I feel about it. Like I like this balance. On a scale of 1 to Persona 5, what do you rank it? Dude, this is Persona 5 with heart. Would Persona fans be cool with it though? I think they would, because they love the anime incarnations of the characters where they do that exact thing, right? Like people love like, you know, like Makoto's Yu Narukami, you know, they love that shit in like the animes. So I think it's fine. Dude McGuy, hello. How you doing?
You saw what would happen under his rule. We can't just let him doom this country.
Thus do you seek Luis's death. Knowing the truth, may I join your cause? I heard of your trials at the fort, and considering all I've seen and heard, Luis clearly aims to seize the throne. Allow me to lend my blade. Even if we can put the man down, if we can't save the heir to the throne, it would be all for naught. Until the day His Highness, the prince's life is saved. I will fight through all obstacles.
We'd be happy to have you. But are you sure?
It is but another leg on my own long journey, and now I may travel in good company. What say you?
We'd welcome you, gladly.
Truly.
More meta peak ReFantazio, yeah.
I shall strive to protect you, as you saved me.
Seems a bit redundant to say after all you've done for us, but we're glad to have you.
Leave it to me.
Best girl has joined us.
Then let us be bound in both purpose and trust. My life is your shield, and my blade is your strength.
Based.
The steadfast vassal, Hulkenberg. Within her dwells the virtue of the night. Nurture thy bond with her, and a new power yet slumbering within thee may awaken.
I love the animation for this, right? Like the zoom in on like the handshake. How dramatic it is. You can now study the night in academia. Try seeing what new powers await you.
Oh, now that
I know,
she's part
right?
of the team, we ought to show her.
This is like the P3
Here.
squad, right?
This is the prince. He's been asleep for a long, long time.
His Royal Highness.
He's stable. But unless we can do something about that curse, he's finished.
That mage could be the key to this. I couldn't guess what he aims to accomplish, but if we can capture him, he could lead us straight to Luis.
Doubtless he seeks the royal scepter. 'Tis enshrined in a chamber in the cathedral under a powerful warding seal.
Am I liking the game?
Such
Fucking
magic
loving
would
it.
likely take days of concentration to dispel, even with powers to do so.
You figure that's why he said we've got until the mourning period ends? If it's true, we still have some days until the mourning ends. Leaves us a little time to spare, but what did he mean when he told us to wait for the day of calamity? Just an ominous name for the day he grabs the scepter?
He can tell us himself at the end of a sword. The innkeeper's given her blessing, so we'll use this place as our headquarters for now.
Yeah, probably for the best. It's already gotten late today, so let's reconvene here tomorrow. Do you feel responsible for Grius and Maria?
Of course I do.
That's not your burden to bear alone, okay? I don't make much of a guide, do I? I can't even get proper directions. God, I wish I wasn't so useless.
No, actually, you're the first useful Atlas mascot.
You're the one who's gotten us this far, Gallica.
You think so? Well, it's nice of you to say. My grief is getting the better of me. But I've got to shape up. Grius gave his life for that mission. We can't let him down. Let's figure it out as a team, alright? I'll do whatever I can.
I can sense Gallica's heartbreak, her trust and determination.
Gotta focus on the here and now, not the past.
Reduces mag cost of studying the mage limit. Oh, the lineage.
Well,
nice.
You should get some rest tonight in preparation for tomorrow. Let's rest.
Other other bros in Persona games are okay, usually kind of annoying. Stroll is great, yeah.
Really? What exactly do you have against sleep?
I saw it all unfold. An ally became a friend, and he awakened to your power. But his path was cut short. It is all too easy to forget the fragility of life, until the tragedy of its loss. Yet, I feel his efforts were not in vain. He never turned from his fears and worries, unflinching to the last. Just as the lives of old heroes are passed down through their tales, so too will his heart. You have inherited the story of an unsung revolutionary and all its power.
The mag used by Grias has been inherited and returned to Makoto's soul.
Yet be warned, such power rarely awakens without trials. Even should you overcome them, your virtues will be tested time and time again. You must carry on, honing your archetypes and heart with painful sincerity. That is the first step towards changing the world. I have faith in you.
Hero's Incense. You may come across items that grow your archetypes in various places. Similar to the Hero Incense, you receive more. You can use them from the item menu. They grant experience directly to an archetype without having to battle.
Forgive me. There's one more important thing. You can visit as long as you have the calm and time to open a book. But when threats lurk nearby, we may not always have the luxury of attention undivided. And danger is an inconvenience so often encountered, of course. As such.
Oh, nice. So if you spend mag on him, you get it back? Yeah.
A smart-looking fellow, isn't he? There's a special magic igniter embedded in his collar, too. Much as I'd like to join you in person, I cannot. I can, however, send his consciousness in my place. If you see him in places of battle, do stop to pet him, won't you? You'll find him a most helpful companion. If you would survive the trials to come, think not only of the powers you know, but how they might be combined. Now, until we meet again.
I hope Persona 6 is something like this. Yeah, I feel like Persona 6 is going to be something like this and bigger and better in most ways. Something's amiss. Has the crystal underground been shattered? No, surely not this quickly. The soldiers couldn't possibly...
No matter.
Trivial, all of it. More importantly... a rather complicated seal spell, but I see its workings. Breaking it will only be a matter of time. So close to the Hall of the Royal Scepter. The plan is near its fruition, and the calamity draws ever closer. Ha 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 ha. Why are villains always laughing?
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Ain't none of that shit funny, bro.
Sorry.
I apologize that we've commandeered your home.
Think nothing of it.
This is my fight too. You're going after that man in the cathedral, aren't you?
Yeah.
Surely before the day of the calamity that he's warned about. I don't know what he's plotting, but I want nothing more than to foil it. We can't let a tragedy that would rob this country of its future come to pass. Not only for the prince, but for Grias as well.
I'd say...
One last matter. I am yet unused to this strange power. Once we take the field again, I would look to another for orders. Makoto, you seem best suited to the task. That is the role you've been serving thus far, yes?
It'll be all right.
No objections here. You've certainly gotten me out of plenty of nasty situations.
All good.
Yeah.
Alright, got it. May you lead us to victory.
True.
I suppose that would make you our captain. A fitting title for a company's tactical authority, no?
For real.
I guess, but it sounds so formal. I don't know if I could get used to calling him that.
Now then.
As for when we return to the Cathedral, yours is the final say. But we'd better be served by prudence than haste.
Yeah.
Right. Let's make sure we're ready for this. Gallica, when it's time to go, you give us the word.
Got it.
Yeah, got it. Stay calm, everyone. You can do this.
Let's focus.
Okay, sweet. The mission deadline has begun. Meet with your allies at the Cathedral Catacombs entrance to challenge the Grand Cathedral. Failure to complete your mission by the deadline will result in a game over. You must defeat the Necromancer before the day of the calamity. On a given day, you have time to do one thing in the day and another at night. Oh no, where have I heard this before? Dungeons can only be visited during the day, and you'll need to get your rest that night. If you spend time in town during the day, the night is yours. On the local map, there are icons indicating where you can hone your royal virtues, people who have requests, and where your followers are. Raising your royal virtues and strengthening your bonds with your followers is key to obtaining new archetypes. Use free time wisely and strive to be the best version of yourself. An action will consume time. If an action will consume time, the choice will be marked with a clock symbol. Keep this in mind so you can plan your activities accordingly.
Hey there!
You got a sec? I was just thinking, isn't Grand Trad just huge? All this running from end to end must be so tiring. I was thinking, you got His Highness's sword, right? Maybe you can do something cool with it. Rhea said that sword was forged with Magala. With a little magic, I think I can make it float.
Give it a shot.
That's what the prince used to do, remember? So let's give it a try. Picture levitating, then see if you can stand on it. When in safe areas like cities, press circle to hop on your blade and quickly ride through the area. You can increase your speed by holding on to R2.
Congratulations on your progress thus far. What you've experienced is merely the prologue of Metaphor. The true journey is finally at hand.
Oh.
However, only the first 3 days are playable in this demo. How you choose to spend your time, where you go, and who you spend time with is entirely up to you.
Progression past a certain point in the dungeon may end the demo even if 3 days have not passed in the game. Oh wow, okay.
We should go.
The first thing we need to do is head to the Grand Cathedral.
What's happened?
Yo! Yo! Make another save here. Since now we have days and shit that we need to keep track of.
Can't see a single good option.
Should I do? I cannot buy the medicine for my sick daughter. Medicine, is that expensive? Yes, it is. Or to put it more accurately, it costs more than what a Mutsari in this city is capable of earning. My daughter won't be long for this world if I can't get my medicine. Okay, what if I buy it?
Yeah.
You there?
Sorry I treated poorly, but the people here hate Elda even more. I've heard even that all Elda are anathema to the sickness. The medicine can be purchased at a church, but I doubt they have they do business with you. I have to try. Well, it's a respiratory medicine called Breath of Fresh Air. They sell it at St. Firmus Church.
I hope it's not too much.
I'm hesitant to get my hopes up, but should you somehow obtain it, please bring it to me.
So,
St. Firmus Church should be on Sulamo Street. I think they'll sell us the medicine.
Let's give it a shot.
Okay. The rewards for solving people's requests are not limited to just money or items. You can even unlock a new archetype. The harder the request, the greater reward you can expect. You may be requested to slay certain monsters outside the city, for example. You can review a request you've already taken in the quests section of the main menu. Enemy difficulty is also noted there, so you don't have to tackle quests blindly. Some quests have time limits, so if you fail to complete a request in the designated time, it'll be marked as expired. You can no longer acquire requests for requests past the deadline, so keep your eye on your time. You can review deadlines in the quest section of the main menu. Nice, okay, cool.
What happened?
That's cool. Let's go.
You've been a lifesaver.
What do you do? Say, have you heard of the Misari tribe we rarely see?
I see.
Of course, it's understandable we rarely make ourselves known to the public after all. So then, any interest in our history and why we live our lives secluded and oppressed? I'll share if you'd like to know. Misari history. Learning more about them may help us better support those in need. Understanding different cultures and viewpoints might improve my tolerance. It's going to take some time. So you have other plans today. Let's come back. What do you want to do? Listen to it? Okay.
Fair enough.
We have social stats in this game too? I like how tolerance is one of them. Considering the political theme, I actually think that's actually a pretty cool social stat, right?
Idiot peasant.
Come on.
I'm just incredulous.
Hear that sound like a crown of cry of pain nearby?
Now, where was I?
Let's actually go to Academia real quick. I think we can get the healer now.
You've acquired a new archetype.
Prodigy, examine Courage's abilities.
Do make yourself at home.
I already feel like there's so much fucking game that it's like almost overwhelming. Like, you know.
I see.
Hama.
Fascinating.
Nice.
This right here. All right?
I'm counting on you.
Of course.
The Velvet Room? Yes, it's absolutely the Velvet Room. Like, no cap. It's
Good.
like 100%
I'm still getting
Velvet
stronger.
Room. Recovers HP each time a support lands an attack in the overworld. Okay.
All right.
This could work.
Okay.
Oh. You'll come again, won't you?
Oh, you're not getting off the hook for that.
Just can't stand it. What's it all got to do with us anyway?
Actually,
what now?
Even despite that, I probably still shouldn't have the healer equipped. The mage is probably the best thing to have.
I'll show you the
right
essence
now.
of truth.
Also, where the fuck is the cathedral even at? Is there a way to view the map? Oh, this is our social stats. Oh, cool. Courage, wisdom, tolerance, eloquence, imagination. Imagination's a really interesting social stat to have.
That reminds me.
Reporters, check requests, town activities. Okay.
Just can't stand it.
Hey!
Where's that coming from? I suppose since we only have the 3 days, we should head to the cathedral, right? So let's figure out how to get there.
Whatever will I do?
The real question is, how the fuck do you get there when there's just so much going on in this town?
Stop that at once!
Why, you little...
I'm sure we'll find it by exploring, because...
The Royal Guard is slumber.
Hang on a minute, you.
The devs, it's not that there's no social links. There are social links. There's no romance. That's yeah. So you can't date. That's the.
This occupation. A lot of Richies dying, I hear. I can't.
The exception here.
Bastard, you. Aha.
This I cannot fathom.
There are side quests that lead to unlock optional done in day 3. Optional dungeon?
The sacred Grand Cathedral.
Okay. Well, there's so much to do. Okay.
Hang on a minute, you.
But how do you actually get to the Grand Cathedral itself?
But my comrades in arms are still in there.
Yeah. Like, where is that actually at?
My husband.
What should I do?
Let's try to find it.
Now
Why is
what
it
am I
not
to
marked
do?
on the
That
map?
reminds me.
Now what am I to do?
What does this do? Ah, okay, this lets you know. Okay, this is typical Persona shit. Spent time in town. Only 14%. Went straight to the... Oh, I can fast travel here too? Well, let's see. What's the fast travel? That's not it.
Aha. Oh, damn.
Follower, save, requests, travelers' voices.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, how do you fast travel actually? Because I'm looking at the thing and I'm like,
What is it?
there's so much. Let's see.
The Royal Guard is sloppy, aren't they?
I'm just...
So, I want that had to be the Grand Cathedral back there, because that said Grand Cathedral in the corner.
Aha.
All right then.
Oh, okay, I see. Oh, okay, so this is where we're already at then. We're already at the Grand Cathedral, I think.
Let's go.
So that's just gonna take us right to where we are. Okay, cool.
Incredulous.
The Royal Guard is sloppy, aren't they?
Do we go through here then?
Heading out?
Okay, it's just through here.
Hey!
Here's the Adrian's thread is for you. If you ever return to the entrance in a flash, this is a must-have. Okay. You never know when you'll find yourself in a tight spot, so don't go exploring without one. You can pick them up at a general stores. Okay, cool. Okay, I think we're good.
Got it.
What do you think?
Let us hurry.
I didn't save. It's okay.
Hey.
You don't have time to feel sorry. Make sure that Grievous' death
Yes.
wasn't in vain. I know, let's
We're off.
proceed.
What?
Cat Girl or Fox Girl or whatever.
Ow! Oh, sheesh. What's going on here?
Did someone get here before us?
Of all the places.
You lot thought it was safe to come this way. This really isn't the time to pay your respects. No easy way to say it, but this place... I don't know, it ain't right. There's dead folk shambling about. And that's after I cleaned house. Don't say I didn't warn you, eh? I'm off then.
Wait. Is it your intention to enter the Grand Cathedral?
How do you know it connects down here?
Because we're the ones who cleared the path. But I assume we'll meet more resistance inside. I beg your pardon, but are you not injured? Shouldn't you consider turning back?
Oh, I'm sorry, boss. Did I need your permission? I've got my own reasons.
At least stop and treat your
At the
wounds.
very least, you need to stop and get those wounds treated.
I can't do that. My friend's trapped in there. And the soldier that went in to rescue her hasn't come back. I can't just sit and do nothing.
Then we will rescue her.
Hey, wait! Before you go making promises like that...
No, now that we know about this, we must act to save these people.
What's your game exactly?
We simply won't stand by and let someone in your condition walk into peril.
I don't believe you. You're hiding something. Some other reason you're willing to help a Paracus.
Believe what you like, but we're going to the top of the cathedral regardless. Is it not the wiser course to let us do as we've promised than to risk your life charging ahead?
Fine. Even I can see sense in that. My friend's a Paracus girl, about my age, with a yellow flower pin in her black hair. You'll know her when you see her. If you bring her back safe, I'll repay you. I swear.
This one's important.
I like her.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
Draw steel! We are spotted.
Oh. Oh, that's cool. Oh, because when you change your job, you also... Oh, that's cool. You also change how the action combat works too. What? That's so dope.
All right.
Getting in was easier than I thought it'd be. It doesn't look like there's anyone patrolling in the area. How strange. I expected less resistance this way, but not this. Have they not enough soldiers?
Oh, well.
In any case, it works out better for us. Capturing that necromancer isn't our only goal here anymore. Yeah, we need to save the hostages while security is still lax. Let's check out what's inside.
Strange.
Hey! Great find.
A Megala Hollow.
This place.
It's as I thought. The Megala is thinner here. It's the perfect place to rest. Another Megala Hollow, eh? I'm glad of the safety.
If so,
then we shall establish this place as a stopping point. I think it is wise considering how vast the Grand Cathedral is. You're right. I've memorized the route back here. I can guide us safely from the entrance and back. I'm glad we're able to return to the entrance safely. Best to head back to town and to resupply that continue on having our resources exhausted and such. Gallica can transport you from one Megala Hollow to another. You can even go back and forth between the dungeon's entrance and a Megala Hollow. If your party is feeling spent, sometimes it's necessary to stop and return to town to refresh yourselves. Never. Fucking never. I would never do this. We complete the dungeon in one go. Did another run of the demo to try to get stuff I didn't the first go, and majorly is the best job for the pro tag because of the party MP regen. Okay, based.
Then...
That's what I got equipped. Let's take a break then. Let me know if we need, if you need me to guide us to another place. Okay, cool. There are several times I changed job to use a different way to engage the enemy. Oh man, that's awesome. That's exactly what I want to hear in a type of game like this. Do you guys think they need to bring the job system back to FF?
Let's go.
It's cool to actually see like an Atlas game with like a job system, you know? Yeah, let's see.
I see the enemy.
Get ready, everyone!
Okay, let's give this all we've got.
Settle this quick. Perhaps give me your aid.
Show them our might!
I'll cut you down.
Is this game peak? Fuck yeah, it is.
Let's keep moving.
Unscathed triumph.
Next
Let's
one will fall
go.
just as easy.
Oh, you found new powers.
Liz, nice.
Some enemies are still around. Careful now. All right, we did it!
That was brilliant.
This game feels like an FF in a way, not gonna lie. It kind of does feel like an FF in a way to me. You're late. You were supposed to be here ages ago.
The thing is,
What was I supposed to do about it? We can't use the lift. I had to take those bloody endless stairs to get here. Just keep an eye on that lot locked up in the spare room upstairs. The key's on the desk I mentioned before.
reminds me.
Yeah, I heard you already. What's the point of taking hostages anyway? More work than it's worth.
Leave me be.
You're obviously to stop the state army from coming in, though. Use your head, would you? Now hurry up and switch with me. You start slacking off, and the Whiteclads will probably know it.
Absurd.
They're no friends of ours. Must be nice to be so superior because you get a white cape. I assume that that's Luis's private army. They lack discipline, though. I imagine this guard was hastily thrown together.
Hey.
They had colored uniforms, but they mentioned white ones. What's that about? The rank of a soldier in Luis's private army is signified by the color of their uniform. I also just realized that the text is also British English and not US English. That's interesting. Those uniforms bearing colors are common soldiers. His elite have pure white uniforms and thusly are called Whiteclads. Oh, the guard's leaving. Wouldn't this be a good opportunity to help the hostages? A good point. I'm not seeing many guards around. If we've just the army dogs to deal with, we'll be able to manage.
All right.
All right then. Let's save the hostages while we've got the chance.
Let's hurry.
What's in here? Can't go in? Okay.
Oi!
Let's go. Let us go. Please, we have families. At least let the injured go. At this rate, they won't. Where to help? We need a key to open the room. We'll look for it right away. Just hold on. Okay, help us, please. Let us hurry and find the key. I believe they said it was on a desk somewhere.
We're off.
Huh?
I can feel the power coursing through me.
Dude, that's such a great move too, because it's so AoE, right? So it's really good for getting rid of just big trash mobs really fast.
He found us.
They're out cold. This is our chance.
Forward! Now get ready.
Warrior! Not now. After me!
'Tis yours.
That's the last of
Such a
them.
cool move. I probably shouldn't use it because it takes so much magic, but
They chose the wrong opponent.
That'll do.
it just clears them out so
I think
fast.
we're in the clear.
Okay.
This is our.
Okay, let's give this all we've got.
Quick, everyone, go!
What a
So
mess.
use is fine.
No holding back!
Let's see if we can
I'll cut
conserve a
you
little
down.
MP.
Almost
Throw
finished!
someone out.
I will fight. Come forth, royal soul. Fire! Last
That's
one.
one for the captain.
Observe the
Let's keep it going.
Strike me if you dare.
Oh, that's the wrong. That's a waste of MP.
Now, let's do this! Not done yet.
They can't attack anyway.
Only one left. Finish it off and we're clear. Okay, I don't think there's
Use the
any
L1
more
lock on? Okay.
Let's keep moving.
Not bad. I shall strive to use this power.
Don't let your guard down. There's more of them.
Robert Smith, thank you for the super chat. I hope every year for SE they does stop Chrono Trigger, but didn't Threats of Time just get announced? Yeah. Did you see it? Any thoughts? No, I didn't see it, but I'm hoping too that they dust off Chrono Trigger as well. I would love to see like a remake of it in the same vein as Dragon Quest 11, because I thought DQ11 was also pretty awesome, and visually speaking, DQ11 is what I want from a Dragon Quest Chrono Trigger remake. So I'm right there with you. I think it'd be awesome, and hopefully eventually they do something with Chrono Trigger, whether it's a proper sequel-ish, because I mean Chrono Cross is a proper sequel, but you know, whether they eventually do a sequel to it, whether they do anything, you know, I hope that the Chrono IP lives.
I stand ready for all that we strive for.
Not this one.
Right there.
Threats of Time is a Chrono Trigger love letter. Please check it out. Okay, I'll check it out. For sure.
Not bad, if I say so myself.
I feel like Chrono's legacy has like really lived on though. Maybe not even necessarily in terms of like the Chrono series itself, but in terms of like all these other games that have been deeply influenced by Chrono Trigger, you know?
Satisfactory. I've acquired a new power.
First aid. Weak HP recovery for one ally. Okay. Nice.
I see the enemy.
Let's push through.
Right. Let's settle this quick.
Let's go.
Everyone, go.
Nice.
After me.
Punish him.
I'll cut you down. Right, let's keep this up. Good one.
You've got serious skills, Stroll.
That shit is awesome, dude.
Power. Is there another way?
Oh wait, non-synthesis.
Take this. Still here?
3 enemies
Is everyone
left.
all right?
We can do this.
Take this. Numbers dwindle.
I shall fight as the noble I... Not done yet.
Somehow. Everyone's attack rows.
Only 2 enemies left. Stay sharp.
Let's go. Burn.
He looks like he'd be weak to fire.
It's not over yet.
Sworn oath of knighthood.
Okay.
I see you.
Critical? Nice.
Now, what's the play?
Looks like that's all of them.
If they announce a Chrono Trigger remake or sequel, the expectations will be so high.
I think I'm getting used to
Right.
this.
Well, I mean, it's the same way. It's the same way. Finishing, you mean the demo? Yes, I meant the demo. My bad. Not the game. I think I left out the word demo in the title.
There's some enemies left. Stay sharp.
But yeah, the expectations would be high. You're right, dude, guy. It's like remaking like Final Fantasy VII, for example, right?
I bet we'll find a use for that.
Where the expectations were also insanely high around what people would want from an FF7 remake. So, for sure,
Scattered them.
it's definitely going to have insanely high expectations because, you know, if you're remaking the greatest game of all time, you know, that's just what people are gonna have. Okay, this dungeon is pretty big, so I need to go back here so I can figure out and orient myself really quickly. Okay, so what's through here? Oh, this might be where the key is. He hasn't noticed us.
What?
Hold on, is this?
Yeesh.
Bet he has the key.
Hey. Nice.
Oh, they help the hostages now? Nice. The hostages were over here, I think. Up here.
Please. Yeah.
Also, one thing I like about this game compared to Persona is that, like, think about how much action we've gotten and how much, like, actual game that we've gotten in these first, like, 4 or 5 hours so far, right? Compared to, say...
Thank you.
Excuse me. Compared to, say, Persona, where, like, the first 5 hours is just dialogue and setup, and then we get to the first dungeon. Are there any other hostages here? I don't know. I was hearing screams from all around when it first began, but now...
Terrible.
This is awful. None of these people are even armed.
Let's hurry.
Right now we need to focus on the survivors. Make ready to leave. We'll escort you to the exit.
Now then.
Others have all escaped to safety. You're one of the last of them. Thank you for everything. We're in your debt.
Hey!
Slow burn, then off the rails. Right, whereas I feel like this has been consistent. Oh, would you know anything about the Paripus girl? She'd have black hair, and we know she wears a yellow flower clip. The Paripus girl? That sounds familiar, but I think I saw her among the casualties.
What?
Wait, does that mean...
Damn it.
Damn it. If you knew her, please see that she's returned to her family for a proper burial. She was rallying behind the wounded until the last. Of course, we'll do what we can.
Sorry.
Stroll and I will see this man safely away. As we do, will you not tend to the poor Paripus girl? 'Tis a burden I am loath to place on you alone, but...
Look at her ears. She's a Paripus.
Paripus, sorry, that's how you say it.
Wait!
Sorry I'm late.
She cradled her friend in her arm, whispering the words, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to her over and over.
Thanks. Guess I ought to come clean. I tried, I really did. I couldn't just stand around. And you lot cleared the path so well besides. So, this is all I have right now, but...
A friend in need. We found the Paripus girl's friend, albeit too late. Yeah.
Give me a little time, would ya? I've got a bounty I'm after that'll be paying big.
This is taking me back to Stellar Blade. Every side quest you do, can you go find somebody? Go find them, they're dead.
You collect bounties.
What? You joking? You only helped me because you recognized me, yeah? You really don't know? I'm Catherina, the bounty hunter. And you just helped a Paripus without expecting anything in return? Doesn't that just take the cake?
Why are you so surprised?
You're asking me why? Now I know you're daft.
Ma'am, I can
tell you
assure
then,
you,
I
I would
gave her
help
that
you
hair
do
flip
anything that you asked
Just
of
to
me.
say congrats for getting hired under some rich baron.
I mean, you know...
Things went belly up, and she got that baron to safety, but didn't make it out herself. And when he heard the news, do you know what he did? He laughed. Said even a Paripus could be useful once in a while.
Some people are terrible.
Isn't it? Oh, I thought so too. A world like that. I'd tear it down with my own 2 hands if I could. People are suffering. And all these bastards can do is shrug and carry on.
I feel
I couldn't have said it better.
Right. I can see as much in your eyes. Matter of fact,
Is
I
she a
see lot in
Catherine
your
reference? Maybe.
You're
I
cutting
think so.
path, and it's no small prize you're after. I don't know if we'll cross paths like this again, but if you're ever in trouble, I'll be there. That's a promise.
I can sense Catherina's righteous spirit and faith in me.
The loyal hunter, Catherina. Within her dwells the virtue of the brawler. Nurture thy bond with her, and a new power yet slumbering within thee may awaken.
Nice.
Here we go then. Let's
Party
see
can
which
now
of us
study the
changes
brawler.
world
Nice. Steroid brawler. You can now study the brawler in academia. Try and see what new power awakens in you. Cool.
Now, I'm gonna take this poor girl home. Catch you later. If we can both stay alive that long.
I've been eyeing this treasure chest for a good minute. I should make the last of the hostages. I don't think we should have anything to do on this floor anymore.
Pushing forward.
Let's continue on then. The necromancer we're after is on the top floor.
Stay present and focused.
Wow, good find.
Nice to see you're also playing Peak. Yes. Oh, nice. We got some equipment for our brawler here. What happens when you pet the cat? It looks like a mirage cat from the academia. What is it doing here?
Isn't that...
Well, Moore did mention that the cat would help us on our journey. I think he wants you to pet him. By petting the mirage of Moore's pet cat, you can save your progress in the dungeons like you would a Magala Hollow. You can also prepare yourself in academia or return to the dungeon entrance if you spawn him. Okay, cool. We'll save. And, oh, will it not let us...
Let's hurry.
Go to academia. Might be the best JRPG combat system systems this year. Yeah, I think so too. Like, it's very good,
make
dude.
yourself at home.
Study archetypes. I think Stroll would be a good brawler. Oh no, then I'm really turning him into Akihiko, right? If I make him a brawler. Oh man, dude, he's gonna be so Akihiko pilled. Let's go.
Fascinating. This right here. All right?
I'm counting on you.
Not only is this game a great Persona, it's also a great Final Fantasy. I should tweet that and piss a bunch of people off. Oh my god.
Right. I could get used to this.
They'd be so fucking mad if I said that, but... Why are you booing? I'm right. Oh my god. You know?
Oh. You'll come again, won't you?
Yeah, sorry, chat. This game is like the GOAT, man. I can't even tell you the last time I've been into like an RPG like this, where it's just like, you know, the systems are like a little overwhelming at first. There's so much going on, but I'm just like so immersed into the world and like what's going on, and the side quests too. And yeah.
Nice work.
Have you asked me? Atlas is more consistent than Square nowadays. I mean, dude, like, let's just be real here. Like, real shit. Like, 100%. Like, keeping it $150. The king of JRPGs right now is Atlas. Like, if we're just being, like, real. Like, I don't think it's been Square for, like, a while anyway, so.
Push through! That was brilliant. Time for some close call.
Oh no, he got me, but...
This won't stop us.
The captain's fighting his anxiety and they're targeting him! The captain's down? Someone! Get back up!
Oh shit.
Is that all?
What
Joel's badly wounded! Can anyone heal him?
Go for it!
Oh wait, no, I didn't mean to do that. Fuck.
Sworn oath of knighthood.
Wake up!
Damn it!
We're still in
No
a
good.
fight here!
Game over.
Suppose this is it.
Someone get it back on its
Child's
feet!
play.
Come on, not like this!
Can I not escape?
Someone help
Looks like it's not safe yet.
What now?
Okay, fuck, man. That mom killed you in hard mode? Yeah, I can believe it, dude. Okay, that shit is no joke.
Let's stash that somewhere safe.
No! Looks like they found us!
Wow, okay. Nice. This is the lift, right? I've never seen one this big. But maybe I should have expected as much, seeing as this is the Grand Cathedral in the royal capital.
But
I doubt 'tis working at the moment. They can't be that foolish. Which means we got to take the stairs. Oh shit, dude. This is so FF7 build. Let's go. This is so... Oh, they're not gonna let me run the whole stairs? Okay.
Hey.
How far have we climbed? It feels like this goes on forever. Who knows? 'Tis too hard to tell. All we can do now is keep moving.
Come on!
Why'd they keep making it so tall in the first place? It's way too big. Whose idea was this?
Well,
they probably wanted to show that the kingdom already belonged to sanctism. Sometimes a good bluff is all it takes. From what I can tell, the state army authority is all in name only, no credible substance to it.
I suppose.
As a knight, that pains me to hear, but frankly, I feel the same. The powers that be do not extend their hand to the weak, which is likely why we see men like Louise doing as they please. It's the bloody end of the world.
Hey.
Louise will have to wait until after we've gotten the necromancer. We'll deal with him first. That we will, but I could swear I'd seen the man before. What was that you're muttering? No, 'tis nothing. Let's hurry and get to the top. We haven't time to dawdle. Considering Atlas is also publishing all the Vanillaware games as well, yeah, they are really delivering for JRPG fans. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if we're just like considering like who the king of JRPGs right now, it's Sega and Atlas. Like, legitimately, like what JRPGs are and what fans want, and who's delivering the highest quality and quantity. It's kind of Atlas, right? We finally made it. I really want to see another step in my life.
However,
it seems the stairs do not reach the apex. How do we proceed upward from here? Surely, there is a passage leading upward somewhere. If we keep going, there's bound to be a working lift around. At least, there better be. True, though the enemies will keep watching over it, so our first order of business is search this floor.
Hey!
Hey, did you hear? It's strangely noisy.
Yeah?
What the bloody hell are they? Don't come any closer. Get away from me. Something's amiss. What in the world is happening?
What?
Okay. Is there anything around there that's worth exploring? Doesn't look like it. Okay.
What was that?
Also, I think that Metaphor is like one of the most visually fresh titles that I've seen in a long time. Like, and God, I know some people are gonna hate me saying this, but like I think that like the medieval high fantasy architecture in this game versus like a lot of the architecture in say like Final Fantasy 16, I think that like there's a lot more interesting designs that I've seen architecture-wise, environment design-wise in like this game comparatively. So I feel like they kind of took some like more interesting liberties with like some of the look of things that you don't normally see in like a medieval sort of fantasy game that makes this game like really stand out and not just be like any other medieval fantasy type aesthetic. It's very, very, very like insanely unique looking for what it is. What? Attacked by a corpse? You're imagining things. They're supposed to be on our side. Get the hell out of here if you want to live. They're attacking. Get away from me. Stop. Hurry and barricade the door. Keep them away from us. And I'm not saying that 16's art direction, by the way, wasn't like phenomenal. I'm just saying that like I think Metaphor is just like truly something that like visually I have not seen before from another game in quite the same way. Which is insane considering how many titles that, you know, this group of individuals who made this game, let this game, have made, and yeah. What's the meaning of this? The soldiers are running away.
What?
Yeah, I love that there's row mechanics in this. It's hard to tell what's going on here. Let's get closer.
Huh.
Oh, cool. A Magala room. Or Magala... A safe room, let's just call it.
Here?
This room looks like a fine place to rest, does it not? Yeah, this looks like a Magala Hollow. Let's take a minute to relax. Any shady lady enjoyers? What do you mean by shady lady? What does that mean? I think it has an interesting blend of high fantasy and that unique dark Persona / SMT design. It's a fresh look. There's nothing quite like it. Yeah, this is like one of the most fresh looking games that I feel like I've seen in quite some time. Oh, you haven't seen her yet? Okay. I'm a fan of every girl in this game so far. So, yeah, I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm sure I will be a fan. And, that tracks because I've been a fan of pretty much every girl in the game so far. So, okay, this one's locked. You'll love her. I'm still freaking out over the brown skin lady with the white hair. It looks like a religious painting about to be about the teachings of the sectism. It depicts devotees to prayer. The painting is titled Igniter's Blessing. It depicts some profane sort of magic that was correct about through an igniter. Oh, that's her? Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking. Oh, that's who you're talking about. Yeah, I love her. This game is basically if a Persona game was done like a Final Fantasy game. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Like it's like if they were like, okay, everyone's gonna. I've already said so many things that people will hate me for, but the game does kind of feel like if Atlas was like, okay, we're gonna make Final Fantasy 17, but we're gonna make Final Fantasy 17 as a Persona, and that's what happened. The coronation of the king. The painting is entitled Crowning the Holy King. Who's the king kneeling for here? A sanctor?
Yes.
It might be implying even nobility is not above God. And of course we'll have to kill God in this game because that's what you do in Atlas games. The painting's title is The Guiding of the Pagans. So these sanctors are like missionaries to the pagans?
Yes.
Sanctism has no love for pagans. Here the Sanctus teachings are saving them from their sins. It looks to be a religious painting about the teachings of the sanctum. It depicts warrior monks and knights fighting a dragon.
Indeed.
The title is The Holy Dragon Slayers. I've heard this story myself. That's because you're a dragoon, bro.
Is that true?
You're saying the two factions allied to slay a dragon? Surely dragons were not that common. I think that's what they meant, but not to go see her as a side quest NPC. Yeah, oh yeah, it's funny that we kill, like, instead of killing gods, we're, like, killing humans in this game, right?
This is...
It looks like they've been manipulated by magic. Oh, guys, look, it's the Akashic. Like Alice was, I suppose this is what the soldiers were afraid of.
However...
But the necromancers control them, doesn't he? Why would he endanger his own forces? Probably because dead bodies are more of use to him, I'd say.
No way.
You've got to be kidding me. Is he insane? it would explain why there are so few guards on patrol. He was planning to leave this area to the dead to begin with.
Damn it!
And that's why he's massacred so many? Damn him! How can he treat people's lives like this, like playthings?
Stay on guard!
Save it for later. Be on guard for surprise attacks. We're not going to last long if we end up surrounded.
Okay?
I see the enemy. Dad?
We cannot...
We have the edge.
We make the first move.
Let's make an end of it.
Oh, wait, no, wait. Heavy light damage?
Not the right move.
Actually, light damage probably would work here, but let's see how this works.
The end's in sight.
I will fight. Let's go.
See how fire works on them.
Stay sharp. It's not
Is everyone all right?
Down.
Not this one. Huh, take this!
I shall fight. Brawler! Let me rethink this. You can't run! They die hard! Oh, please!
Take this!
And that's that! Victory's ours!
Now you got me wondering what Square's gonna do for FF17. I don't expect to see 17 for a long time. Maybe even longer than like what you might expect because
Let's push through!
This is
I do feel like they're probably reconsidering a lot of things with 17, you know?
Let's make an end of it!
Oh, is that HP? Okay, then let's... Power proportional to caster's HP remaining? Let's see.
We'll combine our strength!
This is it! Almost finished!
I'll show you the essence
Oh,
of
wow, okay. That's powerful. Okay.
Back.
I was just testing shit, dude. I did.
Burn! Just one left.
for the captain!
Does this game remind you of Final Fantasy 12? Yeah, it totally fucking reminds me of FF12.
Fists, I strike for justice!
I mean that in the best way possible, by the
Tougher
way.
than I thought.
I'll show you the essence of truth.
That's the last of them! The way's clear!
Careful, we've got company.
It does, I mean,
Oi!
it does have that sort of like FF-ness to it, and maybe that's just because this is a fantasy title.
So
But
apparently,
just to make that sound like the enemy is as confused as... Okay, cool. This game being as long as Persona 5 as well makes a lot of sense.
All right, we did it!
Because I can see this game being tremendously long already. Also, I love the fucking Soulsborne FromSoft as doors that they have here, where something foreboding is coming out of it. Let's explore a little bit more of that.
On your toes, everyone!
Is it a hot take to say that FF17 should be developed with the specs of the Switch 2 in mind? Scale back graphics and get your core franchise into more people's hands? Well, like, you know, Switch 2 will be as powerful as a...
Okay, let's give this all we got.
PS4, I believe, at least. And in fact, it'll be more powerful than PS4 in some ways, or at least according to the rumors, so...
No holding back!
I don't think it'd be a bad idea at all.
Take
No.
that! Not done
Let's
yet.
stay calm. Take this! Last
That's
one!
one for the
I
captain!
stand
Let's
for
keep
all
it
that
going!
we
Oh, I keep
strive
forgetting. Her attacks are more defensive. Or, I mean, her persona is more defensive.
You can't run! Tougher than I thought.
Only one left! Finish them off and we're clear!
I love that there's a fucking job system and you have personas too, dude.
Let's keep this up, everyone!
This game fucking fucks. This game feels like engineered in a lab to specifically appeal to me.
What now?
It's like they said this one is for NSP, dude. Like 100%.
Mage!
They're definitely gonna sell more Switch 2s than PS5 Pros, yeah. Is there a way to change costumes? Let's see if there's a... Wait, yes, there is, because they have Persona fucking costumes for DLC.
I don't like that.
It's funny they decided to create this before Persona 6. Dude, now that I've played this, I'm glad they made this before Persona 6. Because this game is both Final Fantasy 17 and Persona 6. Oh my god. I love it so far, man.
It's terrible.
It's terrible. I can't believe they just killed allied soldiers.
Look.
Look, there's something up ahead. Is that a Megala crystal? Dude, there's even crystals, and we're destroying the fucking crystals, dude. We're Clive Rossfield pilled in this game. It looks different than the ones we've seen before. It looks like some kind of demonic flower. Blast, enemies.
Look at that.
That petal-like energy might be Megala that's leaked from the crystal. I think that's what's drawing the monsters from the area. It has a fitting look if the fiends are drawn to its scent. We'd better break it before moving on. Trance crystals have the power to attract enemies. Approach the trance crystal will cause it to summon newer enemies until it's broken. Okay.
Let's do it. We got this.
I see the enemy.
Come on!
That worked out. Keep it up.
Oh shit, the fucking crystal can attack you.
What now?
One thing that is kind of annoying though is that I do have to switch back to my healer to heal. And then... Oh, that's right. I could just be using Hulkenberg to heal. So I'm actually like... I'm like doing the most that I don't even have to be doing. Yeah, never mind. Actually, I think the dungeon design is pretty good too. It gives me...
Let's stash that somewhere safe.
Like, I can tell that this is like an evolution of like Persona 5 dungeon design, right? Because I thought Persona 5 had really immaculate dungeon design. I think the palaces were just amazing, right? It was really hard going back to... It was really hard going back to randomly generated dungeons for Persona 3 Reload. But, oh boy, dude. Holy fuck, boy. Is the dungeon, you know, crawling good in this game? It's good in
we cannot avoid this fight.
Persona, and so...
ready.
Yeah, it's tight. Atlas
Looks
is
like
on
they gave
fire,
up.
dude.
What a relief. Nice.
Megala pill.
There they are. All right, how's that? If this battle's ours, let's go.
Oh, I love the combat in this game, dude.
Holding back. You can't run. Let's stay calm.
I wish I had like more multi-hit attacks.
Fire.
You know?
Two remaining.
One for the captain.
Swan,
Let's keep
let
it going.
Justice prevail.
I'm sure I'll get them though.
Take this. Still standing, I see.
With these fists, I eat this. Let's wrap this up.
Stroll always comes through. Only one left. Finish them.
I honestly
off,
think
we're
this is
clear.
better than Persona. It has all the great system. Yeah, I know. This is going to be, because there are people who prefer like the kind of like music and character focused story and stuff like that of Persona, and but they prefer like maybe like SMT's like type of gameplay focus, and I feel like this game kind of blends the kind of things you'd expect from a Persona and an SMT game together. I don't know if I'm making sense. I might just be foaming at the mouth, as I have been since I've started playing this game. Because I really think that this is a genius game, and it makes so much sense for like the type of games that Atlas typically makes, for them to have this game as a pillar. Does the combat feel like Tales of Arise? No. Tales of Arise is like an action game. This is not an action. This has action game elements,
Let's push through. All right. How's that?
but this is
All right.
a turn-based game for the most part.
Thank goodness.
Wait, did I investigate everything in this room? I already forgot. So yeah, you'll see me engage in action game combat, but you'll also see me engage in turn-based stuff.
I see the enemy. Let's push through. We have the edge.
Looks like we got first
Let's
move.
settle this quick.
I love that it's action and it's turn-based, dude.
I
I
shall
love
vanquish
it.
evil. You can't run.
I'll show you. Mage! Fire! Just
You
one
got
left.
him.
I
Nice
put
going,
Power
Captain.
of heroes.
Yeah.
Huh, take this. Worthy foe after all.
I shall fight as the noble I am. Eat this.
Are these guys from a military school?
The
No,
way's clear.
they're not. They're not from any kind of school.
The next one will fall just as easy. Okay.
That was the last of them.
Turn-based doesn't sell. You know, that's such a complicated statement in itself, right? Because whether turn-based sells or not, I don't know. But like, typically, I think that like,
We strike first. I see you.
I think that turn-based doesn't typically sell on like the fact that it's turn-based, right? I think that like the best-selling turn-based games tend to sell on like
Burn!
them having other aspects that really complement their role-playing. So,
Take this. Worthy foe after all.
Can't afford to hold back.
really,
You can't run.
what people should be saying that would make more sense to me is not that turn-based doesn't sell, but like that maybe turn-based combat on its own doesn't sell, but
Spotted.
people do love role-playing, and a lot of great role-playing happens because of turn-based, because turn-based allows you to engage in role-playing in a way that action systems just don't. And typically,
You can't run.
you know, you have to sort of,
Falling back. I won't hold back.
you have to have great role-playing elements outside of
Observe the
That's
enemy.
your opening, Captain.
the combat, if that makes sense. But like,
Power of heroes.
turn-based kind of like brings that role-playing element together.
Now, what's the play?
Persona 5 and outsold FF7 Rebirth and 16 and his turn-based, right? Exactly. And Persona 5 is probably a good example because I think the reason Persona 5 sold wasn't just the turn-based alone. I think it was a lot of other stuff meta to it. But that being said, yeah,
We've got company.
I'm trying to bring a lot of nuance to the conversation, but I'm actually agreeing with you. I know it sounds like I'm disagreeing, but I'm not. I'm actually agreeing that turn-based does sell. Still,
Nice find.
it can
like it
still
could be
sell. It can still make great games. Action does appeal to a broader audience by default, though. I still think that's true. However, I don't think that it's impossible to make a turn-based game that's a multi-million seller. It's just that it probably won't sell purely on the combat system, right? Like, you won't be able to just show...
I think they see us.
All right. How's that?
Oh, is that the gold hand of this game? Those blue things?
We'll be safe for a while.
Okay, so the blue things are this game's gold hands. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so I do think that like turn-based games can really sell, but their pathway probably looks different than like an action games, right? Because an action game, you can sell it just on combat and set pieces, right? Like, what sells a turn-based game is like the awesome, like heavy type of role-playing you can do, right?
No enemies I can see.
So in Baldur's Gate
Must have gotten
3,
away.
you know, like all the heavy role-playing that you can do in that game makes it really immersive, right? And the turn-based, of course, does help because the turn-based allows you to engage in that role-playing even further within the combat system. And of course, there's no way to make this sort of thing possible in an action combat system. Where are your comrades? I'm sure you saw it. The dead suddenly started attacking, then my comrades all died in the blink of an eye. We're lowly soldiers, disposable pawns to them all. Damn them. Nothing matters. No one's going to help. We want to go up. There's a door along the hallway. Exit through the storage room, and you'll be able to make your way up the stairs. I'm surprised, though. All this chaos and them lot upstairs didn't even bother to extend their help. Here's the key. Go at your own risk. Nothing matters. No one's going to help. None on this floor survived. I'm sure you've seen the carnage, haven't you? We've captured them first, but they ultimately ended up being our downfall. Isn't that ironic? Nothing's going to help. Okay, cool. Leave them alone.
Right?
I keep saying this, Square Enix needs to build a game that appeals to both parties. They already have that, man. I think they do anyways. I think it's called Final Fantasy VII Re-Trilogy, right? I think that's the game that appeals to the turn-based audience and the action game audience, but Liv T, what's up, man? Hey, Mr. Streamer in chat, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Dude, you too. My hypothesis is that turn-based could sell up to 5-ish million, action-based up to 10-ish million, open world games up to 20 plus million, but we need an open world turn-based games. We need an open world turn-based game to test this theory.
No.
Yeah, I don't think open world and turn-based like work incredibly well together. Not to say that there aren't some open world turn-based games out there that do work, like SMT5, but like I do think that turn-based kind of thrives in like a little bit more linear environments.
Watch out!
Because one thing about action games is that it could get really easy to become OP. Or not action games, I'm sorry. I mean open world games. And so I don't know how well that would work with a turn-based game. I guess it works fine with an action game too, but like, yeah. I don't know.
Ah, how good of you to come.
Do we need to... Should we inherit any skills?
All right.
Yeah.
Watch this.
I'll inherit that. If FF7R can't satisfy both, then it's simply impossible. I completely agree, right? Because like, I mean, FF7R is about as good as of a hybrid as it possibly gets, and but there's been like a lot of hybrid battle systems. Typically, I hate hybrid battle systems, right? Like, hate's a strong word. I'm not a big fan of hybrid battle systems. Typically, they just don't do it for me most of the time. 7R's hybrid system is the first one where I felt like, okay, this is actually the best of turn-based and action, right? Because normally I'm just like, dude, just make an action RPG or make a turn-based RPG, but this just doing like both shit doesn't work. But 7R devs actually cracked the fucking code somehow, and they figured out how to make both work, and that's cool. But yeah, I think that 7R is probably the happiest medium that you can get. Morgana, hello. Do you recall what older game of the OG devs are getting back to remake? Is it Suikoden? I thought there was a Kickstarter. You may be thinking of Eiyuden Chronicle, if we're thinking of Suikoden. Other than that, I'm not sure. But maybe you're thinking of Eiyuden, I think.
There they are.
Enemies up ahead. That was like a charm.
Right there.
Oh fuck! No!
The captain's fighting his anxiety and they're targeting him.
I love that anxiety is like a debuff in this game.
After me!
Let my power support you.
This is it!
I was just nuke him, yeah. That's one way to do it.
Ice.
Oh, I should have used fire, right? Ice isn't gonna do anything to him, I bet.
For all that we strive for.
I shall fight as the noble I am.
You hit their weak point.
I will fight with pride.
You hit their weakness.
Wait, is he just weak to melee damage? I mean, I guess he has a pile of bones, right?
Take this. Worthy foe after all.
Stay down!
Smooth finish. Great work, everyone.
Good. Ha! I have never known such height.
That'll do it.
What now?
Okay, so there is an auto equip. Nice. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you could change stuff on her. Cool.
You found something. Let's take it with us.
I've never seen anyone who is anticipated for any FF game except for people who are already into the genre. That's, yeah, I agree with you, and I think that's the problem.
What now?
That's the problem, right? Like, when it came to like 16 and Rebirth, for example, the people I knew who were excited for it were already in too deep, right? Like already in way too deep. It wasn't a casual audience who was like, oh, I think I'm gonna check it out.
Indeed.
Right there. Well,
I had to engage it in.
this could be our chance.
This is our chance! You hit their weak point.
Let's stay calm.
Stroll. You hit their weakness.
Observe the enemy.
That's your opening, Captain.
Right there.
Now, what's the play?
Stay down!
It's okay. We can do...
I stand ready. Come. Not now. Behold, we stand together.
I'll just...
Take this.
I call upon royal power within! One left!
Took one out.
Let's stay calm.
If I say so myself.
Burn. Is everyone all right? Right there.
Only one
With these fists.
Finish them off.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
You hit their weak point. Keep it up.
I'll show you the essence of... Maybe not.
You hit their weakness. That's your opening, Captain. Only one left. Finish them off and we're clear.
Take this. Still standing, I
I
see.
can't afford to hold back. Are you prepared?
Stroll, you got it.
Wow.
Better than that. Stroll.
Forgive me.
Someone get him back on his feet.
Yeah, it's a really good time for JRPGs.
I stand.
That's your opening, Captain.
Worthy foe.
Stroll got
okay.
out.
They shouldn't release both titles so close together. They should have released 16 with a teaser trailer for Rebirth in the final credits, and then hype Rebirth. It might have been an extra year, but there would have been more financial breathing room between intermission 16 and Rebirth. Well, I'm sure what they thought was that they were going to pump their numbers even higher for the fiscal year by releasing 16 and Rebirth in the same fiscal year. So they probably thought that, like, they probably thought their financial results would be incredible, right? Because they're releasing two mainline titles at that same proximity. I don't think it would have been too bad, because I think that Final Fantasy titles back in the day used to come out within a year of each other. Like 7, 8, 9, 10. That was all within 4 years, right? So I don't know necessarily that it was such a bad idea to release them like 8 months apart, because that was actually like golden era Final Fantasy like type releasing. Like 7, 8, 9, 10 did come out at that speed. I think the problem just is that, I mean, it is kind of just that the audience just isn't there as much anymore, and it really is just the core FF audience who shows up to buy the games no matter what, who's been buying the games for decades now. I think that most of the people playing the games, that's what it is. How does the combat feel, you think? Is it distinct from Persona? Yeah, I would say that it is not just Persona again, for sure. I think it is its own thing.
Let's take them all out.
It's our opening.
You hit their weak point.
I will
Keep
fight
it up,
by this
Stroll.
power. Burn! A tough one.
Is everyone all right? Right there. They yet cling to life.
Yeah, she does like no damage here.
You'll be dust. Last
Stroll
one.
took one out.
I'll show you the essence of truth.
There we go. We were less financial when we were younger. We were less financially responsible, right? But we also need a new generation of Gen Z to be less financially responsible and buy $70 video games when they can't afford food. We need them to do it now. At least Square is doing better than Ubisoft. Yeah, Ubisoft is fucked right now. And the fact that that Assassin's Creed Shadows had to get delayed does not help them at all. Splendid work crossing the Sea of the Dead. I haven't a clue who you are, but seem to be quite skilled. That voice does not belong to the necromancer. Show yourself. Who are you? I am but a soldier who swears fealty to Lord Lewis, and you must be one of the elite knights of the state army, or something of the sort. Come to the top of the tower if you're able. I find myself quite at my leisure up here. I'll be glad to keep you company. We've been told to take care of any unsightly rats scurrying about. The voice is gone.
So apparently...
I know you don't want to hear it, but as a DQ fan, seeing DQ growing in its Western audience with 11, while FF continues to only appeal to less and less, its stagnating pre-existing audience, I feel is only good for DQ. The two wolves in me, JK, being at odds, it looks like DQ is winning. Right, but there's a reason DQ is growing, though, too. DQ is getting better at making a specific type of game. Dragon Quest, much like Final Fantasy, also changes each time. But Dragon Quest knows what a Dragon Quest game is. Yuji Horii has a definition of what Dragon Quest is that is more precise than just, well, it's a game with the best graphics and the best story. You know, Yuji Horii probably has a more precise definition of what a Dragon Quest game is. And because they have a brand, a thing, they're able to expose people to that thing, and they're able to grow it, dude. It's like, you know, let's suppose I do show Final Fantasy 16 to people, and like, I show FF16 to them, and they think FF16 is the greatest game ever, right? Cool. What do you follow FF16 up with then, right? Because the Final Fantasy 17, whatever it's going to be, is going to be completely different than 16, right? And 16's already kind of completely different than the titles before it, right? So each game, you're like resetting the audience. Like Final Fantasy used to have the benefits of like a sequel without the drawbacks of it being a sequel, right? Because it used to be like, oh, if you liked Final Fantasy 7, you'll like Final Fantasy 8, maybe. Because it's the same type of game, but it's going to have different characters, world setting, and story. So if you like that game, you can buy the new one. And if you didn't like, you know, the characters or story, then you might like it in the next one, right? Because if you at least like the type of game this is, you'll be able to join along and play. The problem is that now, each one is such a distinct new IP with absolutely nothing in common that how can you grow it? Because each time you basically take the people who like the last thing and you make something so fundamentally different that it's not even in the same genre of games anymore. You can't grow an audience like that. It's impossible. He knows about the chaos happening on the lower floors, but doesn't seem to be bothered. He's skilled, must be an elite soldier under Lewis's direct command. You mean he's one of those light clads we heard about? Is highly unlikely. In any case, let us proceed with caution.
However...
What'd you say here, Crossy? Yuji Horii said of himself that many years ago, DQ was always a playing game, FF was a showing game. A quote Sakaguchi really didn't like, but it's really true. FF has always, to a different extent, entry to entry, that only grew more prevalent with every entry, and the only line was the graphic and spectacle. What is it that FF16 does best? Spectacle. FF was showing a game, but showing games aren't as show anymore. Right. Because every game's a showing game now, right? Like every game is a showing game. And so if you really look at it, the showing games have kind of, I don't want to say diminished, because clearly there are still people that like the showy games, but the showy games have became really competitive. They're competitive, and it's very hard to be the best showy game or even a good showy game now because, you know, what does showy game even mean anymore? Because we have so many showy games, right? So, yeah, like, the spectacle is not going to suffice anymore, right? And even now, I don't think the spectacle is why the older FF games hold up. I think they hold up because they had solid mechanics and they were really fun games with great stories and great characters, right? And yes, they were driven highly on spectacle. Like, let's not be mistaken at that time, for sure. They were. But the thing is that
with these fists,
the thing is that they weren't only sustained by that spectacle, right? Like, for the icon fights, for example, oh god, I hope they don't kill me for saying this. The icon fights, for example, are driven by spectacle, right? They're not like, they're not gameplay design masterpieces in the sense that like the icon fights are like fascinating case designs for like, or case studies for like game design, right? They're very much a graphical, spectacle, interactive movie bit. But they're not like gameplay, like in terms of raw game design, something that we just never seen before, right? They're really well done spectacle fights that are driven by cutscenes. I'm not saying that that's bad or good or anything. I'm just trying to describe what they are in a more objective sense, right? And so,
if it's useful, I say grab it.
I do think that like one of the problems that FF has had is that it does kind of fail to make a game that is about playing versus just showing you the cool thing. And I think that like showing the cool thing is like part of FF. Like FF does have to be like a I'm gonna show you a cool thing game. But I think that it also needs to be a not only am I going to show you the cool thing game, it needs to also be a like I'm going to let you play the cool thing in a way that like a game has never ever let you played before.
Looks like they found
and again, I want to be clear here that 16's icon fights are cool and are good, but yeah, compared to like doing something like in that manner, where it's like, oh, we've never done something like this game design wise. Yeah, I don't think it like gets there per se. For sure, the older games were not only spectacle, but at some point in the transition to 3D into HD, the spectacle became a more dominant chunk of every new FF game. Right, Final Fantasy 13 was really like when they hit that point. SE and FF brand for years was CG cutscenes and graphics, but none of that matters anymore, especially with people these days seemingly preferring distinct art direction and stylized visuals rather than pure fidelity, right? And it's so funny now too, because we praise that, but like if you think about it, like when FF9 came out, like what was FF9 like criticized for more than anything, right? They were like, oh, I don't like the stylized art, right? Like I want the art of like Final Fantasy VIII again, because that's what people are into at that time.
Almost finished.
I'll show you the essence of truth.
It kind of sounds like keeping FF a viable IP is sounding more like kicking a dead dog. It is pretty rough. It is pretty rough.
Here? Is everyone all right? To you.
Only two
I can't afford.
It is not a very easy thing to do, but there are things that Square can do to make it a lot better, for sure. And so,
Ooh, not too shabby. Let's keep this up, everyone.
Let us carry this fortune onward.
At this point, it's not even a matter of turn-based versus real-time anymore. It's just Square Enix not wanting FF to have a defined identity. Yeah, Sushi Ghost, like 100%. Like 100%. Like that's actually become like the real discussion now, because yeah, I do feel like that to me is actually more prevalent than the turn-based versus action. I'm just like, pick a fucking thing, right? And make a thing the best you can. That to me actually takes precedence over like whether it's turn-based or action. I just want them to do a thing and do it the best that anyone's ever done it. Yeah, like when FF7 released, there was nothing like the materia system or like FF10 sphere grid. There are unique gameplay systems couched in familiar turn-based gameplay. Right, exactly, right? And that's also what I meant by having a familiar gameplay system allows them to innovate more than like the do anything every time, right? Like, because if they have a familiar gameplay system, they can take it in different directions, and they don't have to worry about like, is this not Final Fantasy enough? Because when you have a firm definition of what Final Fantasy is, you don't have to worry about violating that definition, right? Because if you can look at it and say that this is firmly like what our games are about, and we're meeting those standards and that metric, then we can experiment with different things. We don't have to like question ourselves in those aspects. So keeping FF viable requires a big risk. It requires reevaluation of what the series is. It also requires Square Enix doing the impossible and not nostalgia baiting FF7 for once. Yeah, of course. It also requires them not throwing everything away and making every new game an R2 showcase. Just make a good game and build on the foundation of prior games. Right, exactly. Exactly. That's exactly where I'm at. Pick a lane and polish the crap out of it. Right, like, dude, like, and honestly, you know, even though 16 style wasn't my favorite, I would still be happy if they said this is what we're going to do from now on. And we're going to make it the best style of like RPG Devil May Cry hack and slash hybrid that we possibly can. At least I would be relieved. I would be relieved to hear they're going to do one thing and like actually do it good. Right now, you know, like I said, like I said in the podcast, I don't know. Ah, shit. I don't know too many developers that can make a new IP each time and it always be good, right? Like, all these battle systems, they just get left as first drafts and then that's it. But I don't want them to just be left as first drafts because I think they're too good to just be first drafts, honestly. You know? I think they're really interesting.
It's okay. We can do this.
Just two left. I stand ready. Captain. I'll stay my place.
I shall fight as the noble I am.
Ah, fuck, I didn't mean to do that.
I'll show you the essence of come forth, royal soul.
I wonder if this works. Oh, no, it doesn't. It blocks. I saw it, and then I hit the button. Damn.
Is that all? Only a flesh wound.
Only 2 enemies left. Stay sharp.
The Final Fantasy fandom needs to move away from these bad-faced discussions where they whine about a game because of a squeeze hole. My God. Well, I think that was more of like the console war bros, actually.
I defer to you.
Now, what's the play?
I think that was them. I don't think that was Final Fantasy fans, to be honest.
Hit their weak point.
I will fight with pride. I won't hold back. Burn. Just one left.
Nice going, Captain.
To you.
I can't afford. I call upon royal power within.
Wait, I don't understand the turn system in this game at all. But it's not like Personas, but we'll see.
What a finale! Keep your energy up, everyone.
16 suffered from the most negative aspects of CPU3, the cookie cutter quest design to bulk the playtime. It's been a massive issue for FF14 for years. That players let slide because they were invested in MSQ, but it was objectively bad game. Yeah.
I think that's all of them.
And I'm really hoping that CPU3 kind of like for the next expansion, I'm really hoping they revisit their game design philosophy and update it, because I do feel like it's a bit dated
right there.
In a lot of ways.
We have the edge.
Looks like we get the first move.
Seems closer to SMT. How are you liking it so far? I think it's its own thing. I don't think it's SMT or Persona, if I'm honest.
You hit their weak point.
I'll show you the essence of truth.
Unless you meant like the turn order that I was talking about earlier.
Power. Fire. Last one.
Is everyone all right?
Took one down.
Right there.
I shall fight as the noble. I'll crush you.
Stroll
Let's
can't
stay
take
calm.
any more. Someone kill him. Smooth finish. Great work, everyone.
Careful. We've got company.
What now? I see the enemy.
They found us.
Time for some close combat. Forward!
Well, I mean, it's natural that there are there's people that say they're fans but only played a few games. I think that's normal actually. There's 16 games and most people aren't gonna like investigate the ones that came out before they were born, really, right? So
Tough one. Stand ready. Stay sharp. To you.
I think it's actually very normal that
I shall vanquish evil. You'll be dust. Last one.
I think it's very normal that most people have probably only played a few games, right?
Looks like that's all.
I think you should be able to say you're a fan if you've only played one Final Fantasy game, right?
Is that the end then? We've cleared the way.
I don't think that we need to increase the barrier to entry for like what an FF fan is. I think that a lot of people are very obsessed with like,
somewhere safe.
or very pedantic about like technical definitions, I should say, and none of that stuff like really matters, especially for a discussion like about sales or anything like that. And that is to say that like people will buy the thing that they think they like, or not that they think they like, or they'll buy the thing they think they like, and they won't buy the thing that they don't like. So ultimately, it's very brutal. It very much just comes down to, if we switch to something that current fans don't like, are we going to be able... Oh my fucking god. Are we going to be able to switch to something that new fans like enough to basically replace the old fans enough, right? Because you can switch to anything you want, but you just have to...
You hit their weak point. I'll show you the essence.
You have to do so in such a way that the old fans don't have the arguing, like the chips anymore in the vet, to be able to make the argument, to make the case that you should listen to them, because there's so many new fans that are coming in that outweigh the old fans, right? So if you can do that, then the old fans' opinions don't matter anymore. But the problem that FF is facing, that I see, is that the old fans aren't outweighing the new fans in terms of
Is everyone all right?
the number of oh shit. Oh, I see. When you have the big crystal, you have the little crystal, then if you pass, then it just goes to the enemy.
I'm sorry.
The captain's down.
Okay, well fuck.
Help him back up.
Pull back.
Don't let...
No. What did I do? What did I do? Fuck.
Everyone, run!
Okay. Fuck me.
What now?
Holy crap. Holy crap. Oh. This exact question will be tested with the new Dragon Age game next month? Right. Exactly. You're so right. It will be tested with that exact game too.
Right there. Come on!
Here we go.
This battle's ours. Let's go.
Let's settle this quick.
Yeah, so like I said, you can always do anything, but as long the new fans have to replace the fans who are not going to buy the game, predicated on you doing the new thing. So
By the sworn oath of knighthood. Knight! No.
16 was my first FF. Need to play the ones that came out before I was born. Oh yeah, for sure. If 16 was your first, then you should try the remake trilogy for 7. Really good.
I call upon royal power within.
I should just have 3 of these guys and just punch my way through. Because that would be the best way to get through this dungeon, for sure.
I think we're in the clear.
Bro, we're definitely not in the clear.
I see the enemy. All right. How's that?
'Tis our opening!
Looks like we get the first
Let's settle this quick! Are you prepared? I'll crush you! One left!
Took one out!
Let's stay
Keep
calm.
it up! You hit their weakness!
Is everyone...
That's your opening, Captain!
Now. Take that!
3 monks is really strong, yeah. If I had 3 monks right now, this would be
Keep your energy
stupid
up,
easy.
everyone. Looks like we're safe for now.
Am I crazy or is that Dion's voice actor from 16? No, it's definitely Dion.
We've been spotted. On your guard.
Charging in.
Act fast, and we'll win this.
Let's give this all we've got.
After me.
Okay, let's try to get this. Octopath 1 and 2 are on sale. Oh, okay, that's a good deal.
Stroll
I will
can't
fight
take any
with
more.
pride.
Someone
Me.
heal him.
Burn!
You hit their weakness.
I step for
That's
all
your
that we
opening, Captain.
strive for! Behold, we stand together! They yet cling to life.
Oh, don't run. Don't run. Okay, good.
Stroll can't take any
No
more.
holding back.
Someone heal him.
Let my power support you.
Let's see if we can get it.
Do this.
I'm playing on a PS5. I figured out my PC performance issues, by the way. We got that straightened
I'll
out.
show you the essence of truth.
So that's not going to be an issue.
I won't hold back. Fire!
The PC issues I was having were specifically me being the issue, so.
They chose the wrong opponent. Not bad, if I say so myself.
Nice.
I feel stronger.
Don't get too relaxed. These monsters are relentless.
They found us. Get ready, everyone.
That might be of use later.
Oh.
What now?
I think we'll be okay if we made it this far. Probably.
Nice. Funny thing, okay, so the PS5 version also struggles to maintain 60 FPS, whereas if you play the PS4 version on PS5, it brute forces and locks the game at a consistent FPS. That makes sense. And I bet visually you don't even lose that much playing the PS4 version on PS5. It's just better optimized. Based on what you have played, how is the game difficulty? It seems harder than Persona. I'm playing on normal.
Yep.
I don't know if I'd say it's harder than Persona on normal. It's hard to gauge, but I do hear people say the difficulty on hard is quite nice. So, but I didn't want to do the demo on hard.
Ah, how good of you to come.
But I might switch over with the main game. We'll see. Should I do that? Brawler?
I see. Fascinating. This right here, all right?
I think I'll do it.
And of course.
So basically this is a job system? Yeah.
I see.
By the way, I've been playing this demo for like maybe 7, or it feels like 7 hours. I guess we've been streaming for like hours the time since yesterday. I think I'm like, what, 6 hours into the demo now? Okay, I thought it was closer to 7. Let me save. No, it's 6 hours and 15 minutes, and the demo is still going. Action pass, okay. Oh, wait. Actually, let me go back to turns. The pass action controls the cycle into the next character while consuming only half a turn icon. This can be useful for when current character skills are not effective enough against the enemy, and you want to give another character with recovery magic another action. Okay, that's what I thought.
Oh.
Yeah, save transfers is, yeah. 12 hours in, grinding in the optional dungeon? Oh my god, that's crazy. Most others finish by 7 or 8 hours? That's crazy. It's cool that there's even an optional dungeon you can do. People were telling me you have to unlock it though, I think.
You are nearing the conclusion of the prologue demo. If you'd like to carry your save data to the full release, there would be wisdom in saving your game now.
Is all well?
I just saved.
Oh.
I see you little rats have come at last. If you didn't flee, I take it you have a death wish.
As I thought.
The white uniform, you must be a white clad, a vile fiend. You know what is happening below, yet you chose to forsake your soldiers? The rank and file are no important to me. I was instructed to leave them be.
Damn it!
Bastards, you said you'd protect those who followed you, but you treat your own soldiers as pawn. Fork-tongued snakes. Silence causes great causes require sacrifice. Sorry. How do you expect the people to come to their senses without pain? I'm sure there is more than a few people who are secretly pleased. Besides, Lord Lewis has laid waste to the bastion of rot called the Sanctus Church.
You!
How absurd. This is naught but slaughter. On my honor, I will put an end to this, even if I must do it by force. Oh man, I should have equipped the thing that I just talked about.
Brawler!
I should have had all the brawlers out.
4 remaining! I'll show you the essence of truth. Vitus power. Burn!
Observe the enemy. Knight! Is that all?
With these fists, I strike. Are you prepared? You'll be dust!
You hit their weak point.
Give up and face your death!
Wait.
Quick!
Is it?
If you act now, you can exploit their weakness.
I won't hold back! Maybe not.
Wait, what is his weakness?
Smash him up!
Oh, so, oh, okay.
You hit their weakness!
Useless!
That's your opening, Captain.
Is that all? Only a flesh wound.
Enough!
Super Tramp, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining us today. How are you doing?
Knight! This won't join with me.
Let me help!
Let's see what this does.
I'll run you through!
Hackenberg got them right in their weak
It's
spot.
pointless to resist.
Okay, nice.
No holding back! Take that! 3 remaining! Count
You've done
Louise
it.
condemns you.
You hit their weakness.
By the sworn
That's
oath
your
of
opening,
knighthood.
Captain.
Oh, power of heroes! I see you!
I can't afford to hold back. I shall vanquish evil. You'll be dust!
You hit their weak point.
Let's go!
Keep it up, Stroll.
What difficulty is this? Just normal.
Someone get him back on his feet.
This is nothing.
You can't fight it!
Stroll got knocked out!
I'll get some distance.
Can anyone get him back on his feet?
Take it!
I stand ready for all that we strive for! Comrades, lend me your strength!
See this.
Hulkenberg got them right in their weak spot.
I'll crush
Take care
you!
of him. No, what the fuck?
This?
The audacity! Hulkenberg's badly wounded. Someone heal her.
Enough!
Hulkenberg's in bad shape. She needs help.
Let's try this.
Thank you.
Captain,
By the
your
sworn
attack
oath
has
of
been weakened.
knighthood.
Join with me.
All right, let's go!
As the point of a sword, numbers dwindle.
With these fists, brawler! Take that!
You hit their weak point.
It's
Keep
okay.
it up, Stroll. You hit their weakness.
Wow, okay.
That's your opening, Captain. Help!
Oh, fuck.
Get him back on his feet.
From our provisions.
I knew you'd help.
Stroll
Let's
got knocked
come
out.
forth.
Can
Royal
anyone
Soul.
get him back
Fire!
on his feet?
Stay sharp. It's not okay.
Stroll got knocked out. Can anyone get him back on his feet?
There!
I live to see another day. I shall vanquish evil. I'll crush you!
You hit their weak point.
It's
Keep
okay.
it up, Stroll.
We can do this. Charging in.
You hit their weakness. That's your opening, Captain.
To you!
I shall brawler! You'll be dust!
There we go.
That'll do. I shall rise to the occasion.
I shall strive to use this power wisely.
Pretty tough enemies there. We somehow managed, though.
All right.
All this means is the Necromancer is that much closer. Let's keep it up.
The thing
Okay.
is-
Seems like enemies are only going to get stronger. Okay. Yep.
It was splendid.
Wait, really?
entertainment while it lasted. However, the revelry
That was the
ends
last fight?
here.
What?
Thank you for playing to this point. Allow me to once again express how grateful we are to you. However, this is merely a precursor of what is yet to come. You've
What? I thought there'd be like a
experienced
boss
naught but
fight.
3 short days
Like a
beyond
real
the
boss
prologue.
fight.
This is but a prologue, your first step in your first town. So let us spin this tale. Here begins an adventure all your own.
In that case, we shall meet in Matira, the old castle town. Please, make haste.
What would you like?
This world is wide and vast, full of natural beauty, and full of surprises.
Come on, come on.
In far-flung lands, you will surely cross paths with many fascinating souls.
That was a real boss? I mean, it was, but I meant like a big story guy. Like a human or something.
Do not fear the unknown. The road ahead is radiant with new and exciting encounters.
What are you making?
Phew, this is turning out nice.
Oh, you mean in the side dungeon. Sorry. I didn't see your message above. Yeah.
Within all mortal hearts dwells the potential of a hero. Awaken the hero within, and enter battle with your own power, born of your own way of life.
Persona Master! With dance and
Persona Master?
Sway the heart!
Ah!
Stunner! My aim is true from any vantage.
Oh shit, that's tight.
You've acquired yet greater ability.
This could work. Devil Summoner! The battlefield is mine to conduct.
Devil Summoner?
Let's put an end to this.
Persona Master?
Come forth, Royal Soul!
Jack Frost?
This story is full of twists, turns, and upsets yet untold.
Human?
Not bad, kid. Guess you've got some interesting tricks up your sleeve after all.
The truth of the humans is laid bare.
If ye would be a true king, then I bid thee prevail.
If we don't kill the thing, we're all sunk.
We're here at last.
You have left us an age of strife. You are powerless to stop it.
Is this not your dream? Then bring it to life! Here and now!
Let's do it. You'll be a hero. Trust me.
Welcome to a world of true fantasy. Metaphor ReFantazio.
Nice. Nice. Wow, okay. Excellent game. Excellent game, chat. I fucking love it. I love it. I'm into it. Okay. So, let's chat. Let's chat now. I'm gonna go ahead and take that off, and then let's just put the good old PS5 into rest mode here. And okay. Sweet. I can finally be in my comfortable left corner again. So after finishing the Metaphor ReFantazio demo, I have to say I am really, really into the game. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm really, really, really into the game. It has hit on so many notes of exactly what I want from a JRPG. It looks absolutely stunning. The art direction, the music, it plays incredibly well. I love how there is this action battle system that happens, and there's also the actual turn-based system. So you're able to use the action system to essentially, you know, take down weaker enemies, right? And then you're able to go and use the turn-based system to actually engage those enemies in a turn-based battle where the actual meat of the combat system takes place. And I just find that system to be a really good, really cool system that allows the dungeon crawling to stay fresh. What do you think about the opinions some people have about the writing? They seem to think it's bad. I legitimately don't know what they're talking about. Like, I legit straight up am like, yeah, I don't know. And this is like a first time that I've ever felt this way about something, because normally whenever someone says something like that, I know what they're talking about, and then from there, I can either decide, does it bother me enough to not engage with the property, or does it bother me too? But this is the first time where I'm seeing people say that, and I actually don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I legit straight up don't know what they're even saying. I mean, because like, there's a lot of things you could be talking about when you're talking about writing, right? You could be talking about the character dialogue, which has actually been pretty good. I'd actually say the character dialogue is like maybe better than like your typical Atlas game. It's been pretty decently written, pretty competently written. In terms of writing for the scenario itself, like the moment-to-moment things that are happening, I find that to be really engaging. I've had no issues with staying hooked into the game. If anything, you saw me be like, oh, it's over when the demo ended. So, I mean, I was definitely not disappointed, but I definitely was not just be like, oh, I hope it's over sometime soon. I definitely was not like that. So I really don't understand. I did see what you're talking about, Nicholas, where people said that it wasn't subtle enough. My argument for that would be that JRPGs aren't subtle. Ever. Like, very rare that you come across. I mean, Atlas games aren't subtle. JRPGs in general, though, aren't subtle. What they're about is usually fairly fucking obvious from like a mile away. Like, so I don't even understand how you're into the genre if like this grand notion of subtlety in like storytelling is so crucial to you, so pivotal that it makes or breaks the experience, when in reality, you know, the JRPG genre is just not subtle in the way it does things. In fact, the JRPG genre is so on the nose about like its writing usually and what it's about that like it's to the point of where it's like parody of the genre in general. So, I mean, maybe you could then argue that it's not really doing much for the genre, but like the argument that it's not subtle and like all these other JRPG masterpieces are super subtle is really stupid. Like I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't view subtlety as a hard requirement of good writing necessarily. There are definitely times when like not being subtle definitely is worse than the opposite, but it's not a hard requirement of a good story to just not be like, yeah, this is exactly what it is. It just really depends on the story. Like, you know, it's a genre built off of the back of a game where the knight in literal shining armor storms in the evil castle to fight the evil dragon lord to save the castle and the princess. Subtle has its place, but the vast majority of the genre is not that. Right. Like, I would say that, like, if subtlety is what you're into, JRPGs are fundamentally not going to be a good time for you. Like, that's straight up. Like, if you want subtle storytelling, abandon the JRPG genre immediately, because you are not going to find a ton of it within the JRPG genre. Now, that being said, I mean, you know, if you really are into good subtlety, there's a lot of Western media that's really good at conveying that type of subtlety. I think that's like, maybe that's more of a Western taste thing, and maybe that's more like Western media. Again, I like Western media too. But yeah, that's like something that Western media specs out better into. But it's not what a JRPG like typically hits on with this story. So if you want that, you know, there's some great Western games that I can recommend that are both subtle and stuff. But that's like saying that, like, I mean, you know, it's not like Cyberpunk, for example, is also that subtle too, with like what it's about. Right? Like if you play Cyberpunk, I'm pretty sure you know exactly what the fuck the beliefs of the people who wrote that is. So I just don't understand what they're trying to say with regards to that subtlety. Nicholas, thank you so much for the tier 1. Forgot I need to resubscribe. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. You're the best. Super Tramp, thank you again for this super chat. Bruce for president. Bruce Wayne for president. Bruce Wayne in our chat for president. Thank you. In an interview with Hashino, apparently told the battle design team to make the best job system ever. Thoughts? I think from what we've seen so far, they could have done it. Like, they could have really done it. They could have made a game that has one of the best job systems I've ever seen. I think that the job system that they have in place here is brilliant. It's really good. I think it'd be cool to see FF return to a job system. I don't think it's like necessary for FF to return to a job system, but I do think that like what should happen, and it's kind of already happened in Rebirth, that each character now Final Fantasy VII has always had this, but now in particular with Rebirth or in Remake, you can really see the emphasis on each character actually having a job in terms of like what they do in combat. And so I don't know if like for FF, like returning to a job system is necessary, but I would say that I would say that having each character that performs a job, like Final Fantasy X, where each character fulfills a job role within your party, I think that's good enough. You know, instead of having a job system, I'd be fine with that too. But yeah, I do like jobs, and I do like each character having different jobs. It's a genre, but I already just read that one. Also, at this point, we don't know where the story is going. So saying it's not subtle seems a little short-sighted as well. Like, can you probably guess most of the stuff? Sure. But you genuinely don't know for sure. I could name a few games that would, like, really piss people off if I just said, like, how come y'all weren't, like, critical of that then? Because, you know, that game was, like, you know, painfully on the nose about certain stuff, and you could have guessed, like, where it was going to from the start or from very early on. And, but you loved it. I do think it's funny, though, because I feel like with Atlas fans, that when Atlas fans have relatively good games, they are, like, very black-pilled on them. But, like, when Square Enix fans have, like, not as good games, they don't give a fuck. They are convinced it's, like, goated. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not gonna go much further into that. I still see people call Persona 5 a back. Dude, I'm telling you, the Atlas fandom is really detached from reality, right? Because, like, to the Atlas fandom, they just keep getting terrible games over and over and over again. But, like, Atlas games keep resonating with, like, more and more people. And more people love their games. But, like, if you actually talk to an Atlas fan, though, about their games, they're like, Atlas just keeps making awful games over and over again. And I'm just like, that's such a divorced take from the people who are discovering Atlas games right now and are really loving them. So, yeah, I mean, if you ask Atlas fans, Persona 5 was, like, the worst game that Atlas has ever made. And, yeah, like, if you go talk to normal people who try that game, that's not gonna be their reality with that game or their experience with that game. As I've said previously, my only genuine concern with Metaphor is devs and media outlets hyping it up as being as long as P5. P5 seriously dragged toward the end. It did not need to be that long. JRPGs do not need to be that long a lot of the time. Usually it's just to be that long. So I hope that Metaphor isn't long for the sake of it. Make proper use of that time and pace things so it doesn't drag. Please, Atlas. Yeah. I hope so too. I'm not a fan of anything beyond like 60 to 80 hours. Once you go to like the triple digit playtime, I start to be like, oh, this game is too damn much for me. And I feel the same way. I would say that Atlas fans are super entrenched and almost worship their games. SMT people clown on Persona. Persona clowns on SMT. And now they are both clowning on Metaphor. That's such a good assessment of how I see it too. Like, it just feels like yeah, I don't really know. At least when I see Square Enix fan dissatisfaction, I have like a more dialed in like understanding of it, so I kind of know where it's coming from better. But whenever I see like Atlas fandom dissatisfaction, I straight up don't fucking understand, like, most of the time. I'm straight up like, what was wrong? What was wrong with the game? I legit don't fucking know. Like, I'm like straight up just like, what was the problem? I don't understand. So, like, these games are objectively good no matter how you look at it. I don't understand these fandoms. Like, no, yeah, I don't understand either. I don't understand either. It's like literally beyond me. Most of the people I've seen, not most of them, but a good number of people I've seen have been like, oh, this game's ugly. I'm like, how the fuck is the game ugly, bro? Like, nothing about this game is ugly. You've got to be fucking kidding me. But I see people saying that all the time, that Metaphor doesn't look good. I'm like, please go get your eyes checked, bro. The game looks just fine. But also, too, Also, too, I feel like these same people will say FF should scale down. And then they'll call this game ugly. And I'm just like, you know, which one is it? I'm glad I've made efforts to distance myself from a lot of fandom stuff recently. Fandom's generally just shit these days. Having my small groups to fans about games and stuff. Yeah, dude, for sure. Like, and that, yeah, that's a catch-22. Like 100%. Because if you downscale graphics or you don't have like an aggressive AAA thing to look at, people will be like, oh shit, character model shit. They should have made all this look better and more AAA and all this other stuff. But then it's like, you know, they look at the AAA game and then they're like, we don't need all these graphics, you know? We don't need all these gigapixels on the screen, bro. We just need we just need the game to be fun. And then the game is fun, but it doesn't look good enough and people are like, the game looks like shit. Well, you know, which one is it? Only complaint I have is the game is way harder to run than it should be. Yeah, the game's a little heavy. If you're talking about the performance, it is a little heavy. Like, there's no reason that Steam Deck shouldn't be able to run this game. But there is some really poor optimization going on that I do think needs to be addressed. But yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand any other complaints about the demo that I've seen Atlas fans talking about. Like, I don't understand. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like, it's like completely beyond me. Like, whatever they're talking about, I couldn't tell you. I would say the truth. Zelda Wind Waker IMO continue. It looks better and will continue to look better in 10 years, maybe 20 years time than a AAA budget. Yeah, I mean, of course. Yeah, Atlas fandoms are just strange and weird and not great. But this is a damn good game. This is a damn good game. And for me, after playing it now, this is a contender, potential contender for Game of the Year. This is something I think, based on these almost 7 hours that I spent with the game, that it could potentially be something that challenges Rebirth, for me at least, in the running for Game of the Year, if it continues to keep up the energy that I've seen in this prologue. The game just has a really fun gameplay loop from everything I've seen. It's a lot of fun. The production value is great. The list of positives just goes on and on and on. From my own preferences, I'm pretty sure it'll be Game of the Year. They'd have to drop the bag for me personally. Yeah. Yeah, at the very least, it'd be like my number 2 behind Rebirth, but it's pretty close. I'll have to finish the game to be able to tell you one way or the other. I said one Atlas game is getting nominated, Reload or Metaphor, and I think Metaphor. Yeah, Metaphor by far. Metaphor is definitely the one to get nominated over Reload, just purely because Reload is a remake and a very faithful one at that. I loved Reload. I don't think it should be nominated though. Just purely the type of remake that it is doesn't really make sense for this. Yeah, Dragon Quest 3 being Game of the Year would be kind of funny. I think Dragon Quest 3 will still be a really great game. It'll review well and do well financially. I do see it selling like probably like 2 or 3 million as well. So it'll probably do pretty good. If Metaphor doesn't win Game of the Year, the OST is definitely coming home. Yeah. That game has so much dedication to it. You see, I don't even know about that too, because I do feel like Rebirth might be favored among journalists for its music. So Rebirth might win that one as well, but like I do think that Metaphor deserves to be nominated at the very least, and I think it could win. I think it could. The Persona 3 Reload criticism confuses me because people didn't want a remake like Persona 5. Yeah, that stuff too is also like they're like, well, I hate the Persona 5ification of like Persona 3, and I'm just like, dude. Persona 5 sold 7 million units. 7 million units. I think Persona 3 across all of its re-releases, like it may have barely even topped 1, right? Like 1 million units. And Persona 5 came along and sold like 7 times that. The Persona, and this is what I mean when I say that remakes are more about new potential fans or fans of the latest new thing than it is about old fans. Old fans become kind of irrelevant whenever there's an explosion of new fans so great that the market, it makes more financial sense to really focus on them than it does to make sense to focus on like the old established base. And when we talk about the Persona 5ification of Persona 3, that's like the most immediate element of that is that you have to update the game to be presentable to that modern audience, right? I mean, look at RE2 and RE3 remakes, right? Those games were definitely the Resident Evil 4ification of those games, like for sure, right? But that's because the audience that was brought in from Resident Evil 4 and 5, and then by extension 7 as it came out, was so great that it outweighs, you know, the existing audience of the original 1 through 3 who would have preferred the fixed camera angles and the tank controls and stuff like that. P3R got so much hate by the old players, it's insane. It's incredibly insane. That was like, objectively, by all measures, that was a good remake. Like, that was a good remake. And like, Atlas fans were like, well, there was a lot of green, so it's bad. And I'm just like, what the fuck is, are you fucking stupid? That is like, and like, I don't say this to like, to disparage remake, like Final Fantasy VII Remake. But I do think like, it also like paints a difference between like Atlas fans and Square Enix fans, right? Like, Atlas fans will be like, there's too much green, it ruins the remake. And Square Enix fans will be like, well, yeah, they introduced multiverse and defying destiny and like changing the timeline and like time travel potentially. But actually, it's still a pretty faithful. Actually, it's still a pretty faithful remake. And yeah, the dead guy is alive again, but is actually still pretty faithful. Yeah, I just it's like, it's insane, dog. But that's the difference between like the Square Enix fandom and like the Atlas fandom in like a nutshell. Where like Atlas fans are like so pedantic and like so specific about a thing where they're like every small thing is like this ruins the whole game. I don't want it anymore. And like Final Fantasy fans, you could just straight up give them like whatever and like they'd still just be like, yeah, I loved it. No matter what it was. They'd be like, Square Enix had to do it. It's like, both of you are like so weird and not normal. And again, that's not even to like necessarily knock like 7R's like story direction, but it's just to like really paint a picture for you like how different and how opposite the Atlas fandom is from the Square Enix fandom. It's funny, the P3 fans are experiencing what they put P1 and P2 fans through back in the day. At least that's my understanding of it. You mean like with the gameplay changes? Because P3 was so different than P1 and P2? Yeah. Atlas absolutely should not listen to their fans, because what Atlas is doing is like, and this is something we kind of talked about on the podcast too, is like when's a good time to listen to your fans? Listen to your fans when you're not making money. But don't listen to them when your games are growing and continuing to make more and more progress and more money, right? So I would actually tell Square to listen to their fans, and I'd actually tell Atlas, don't listen. Just keep doing it. Just keep doing what you want to do. Because Atlas's IPs are growing, right? Like each game is selling more and more and more. Like as much as you can find like Atlas fans who are like who've been dissatisfied with every Persona since like 2 duology ended, like you will also notice that each Persona game is like, you know, exponentially increasing in sales. So clearly what they're doing, the trend line is going upward. So they're doing something right. So as you know, as much as those Atlas core fans may complain about like, oh, this isn't what we wanted, but it may not be what you specifically wanted, but they're clearly objectively creating an audience that wants the thing that they're doing. So they need to keep doing it, because that's actually bringing them money and bringing them financial success. And what you're talking about, you know, Atlas purist, is not doing that. That's the type of thing that they did when they were a lot more niche and not reaching that big audience. So Atlas, in my opinion, should just continue to do what they want to do and make the games they kind of want to make. If they can accommodate some of those older fans and the things that they want, then I think that they should. However, you know, I don't think that it's necessary. Because they think they are betraying their rank and file, right? I hope you're all ready to watch the diehard Trail fans maul like hell if the Sky remake doesn't match every weird obsessive detail that they have when it releases. That fandom is ready to bubble over, and oh boy, I want fuck all to do with that fandom. I really like Trails, but that fandom's... I'm not gonna lie, like, I've seen so much negative toxicity come from Estelle PFPs that, like, it is like... it has made me, like, unfortunately, like... Every time I think about booting up a Trails game, I'm like, man, I don't want those guys on my because I'm like, I don't know the way they operate well enough to, how should I say? If I say the wrong thing, they definitely seem like the type of people to dox and kill me. Judging by how they react to stuff. So I'm like, if I play those games, I have to play them in private. I can't like really share my playthrough or my thoughts, because I feel like they're like one of those fandoms where it's like you chose the wrong waifu, or you chose like, or like you criticized a weird thing, or you didn't like a certain thing. We have to annihilate this guy. So yeah, they kind of put me off of it, but I do find the games interesting and stuff, but like, and then also too, like every time like I think like, oh, maybe I'll let this game be like the game that I start like my Trails journey with, my Falcom journey, and then every time like I'm like, hey guys, should I check this one out? They're always like, you didn't play Trails in the Sky, you don't deserve it, you can't play it. And I'm just like, okay, well, And I just don't want to play it after that. I'm just like, okay, well then I'm just not going to. And this is also what I try to tell Kingdom Hearts fans too. I'm like, if you tell people who want to pick up Kingdom Hearts 4 for the first time, well, actually, you need to go and play. You need to go play the PS2 games first, and then you need to play the DS games, and you need to watch the movies and read the mobile game translations. And I'm like, do you really think people are gonna fucking care, bro? Do you really think that like most people are gonna want to do the homework for all that? Like, I wouldn't want to do it. Like, I personally would not want to do it. Let people play the thing, and if they don't like the thing, then like, maybe we can have a discussion about like, try this one instead. But honestly, just let them play the thing, dude, and enjoy themselves, and they can pivot to something else if they like it, if they don't like it. But generally speaking, I think most people understand that they don't have all the information for a story whenever they're playing in the middle. And I don't think having all the information in a story is necessary to enjoying it. A lot of stories I've come into the middle of, and I still really enjoyed them, right? Like, I think it's entirely like a false equivalence to think that people need to understand a story, like every single like aspect, every single detail of a story, in order for them to like really get it. Like, you won't understand like the nuance of this moment of this character right here. And I'm just like, dude, for most stories that I've experienced that are well told enough, I kind of don't need to like fully understand the full nuance and everything of that moment. I can usually just kind of get into it, infer a lot of information, and just be like, oh, okay, this is that. Or just ask someone as I'm going along experiencing it. Like, it's usually not that necessary. People make it seem like it's more necessary than like what it is. But yeah. Square Enix should remake Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 into one game. Oh, that'd be big. I don't think they'd do it in one game. That'd be too much. I think it's a defensive ego thing. Oh, you didn't play the games from an approved starting point? Well, all your criticism is right. That's what it really is, dude, McGuy. It's the idea that you may not like certain, or you may not be interested in certain elements of it. So, if you feel like, certain parts of it may bore you, then you have to be like, oh, okay. Well, this is my way of invalidating how you're going to feel about that. But I think a lot of really well-built stories, you probably could jump into the middle of them and be okay. Like, for example, and this may be a hot take, I think if you story skip to Shadowbringers and you just played Shadowbringers and you didn't have the context of everything that came before Shadowbringers, I still think that you'd be able to infer a lot, and you'd probably have a good time playing Shadowbringers, and you'd understand enough to the point of where you really enjoy Shadowbringers, even not knowing a ton of stuff. Like, you could just play it, and you'd be like, holy crap, I want to go back and like experience the rest because that was so good. And I didn't really catch everything, but I was able to catch enough that it was still like a really enjoyable experience. So I don't agree that like, you have to know every single detail. Also too, like, for example, I don't know if you guys grew up with like, I mean, obviously, if you're not like Gen Z, you grew up before the age of like Netflix and all that other stuff. So, one sec. You grew up before the age of Netflix and being able to watch stuff on demand. So, I had to watch like shows out of order all the time, right? Like, how many people can actually say that grew up with Dragon Ball Z in the West? How many people can actually say that they watched the entirety of Dragon Ball Z in order? The first time they watched it, that is. You did not watch all of DBZ in order the first time you watched it, if you grew up in the 90s, early 2000s. You watch that shit insanely out of order. You probably saw it, like, you may have even started with, like, the Cell Saga or something, right? And then you kept watching. Most of the shows that we watched back then, out of order, right? We only went back sometimes when they were reruns. And then we got to enjoy it, right? We got to enjoy, like, all those episodes. I watched Cowboy Bebop in order. I mean, Cowboy Bebop in order is like, I mean, you know, you can definitely watch that one out of order. Yeah, I got into it during the Namek arc, right? Also, we didn't even get Dragon Ball until later. Like, we started with Z. So we started 300 episodes into the story, basically, because Dragon Ball is like, what, like 200 something episodes, maybe 3, closer to 3. So we started at Z. So, like, if you started with Z, you already started in the middle of the story. All of this is to say, the idea that you must play everything in order is completely false. It's bullshit. It's fandom politics. It's play the thing that interests you, dude. Play the thing that interests you. And then if you're really into it, you know, go back. Fucking Star Wars starts with episode 4 by design to make you feel like you missed some story. But yeah, no. Gotta start with Sky, or some anime PFP on Twitter will tell you, will say that you're literally Satan. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Most stories, I feel like, it's okay to not necessarily strictly view them in order. Because there's also a thing that you can do that's really exciting, where you can go back and, you know, play all the other stuff or watch all the other stuff and then figure out, okay, this is the complete timeline in your head, and make sense of that timeline in the story, and then still really enjoy it. So I tried to rent KH1 back in the day. They accidentally gave me the KH2 disc. I had no idea what was going on, but I had fun. I started with KH2 as well, and then I actually went back to KH1. And I was also fine too. And the reason I was fine is because with KH2, actually I started with like a ROM of Chain of Memories, but that's another story. But then I played KH2. I didn't even play KH1. I played KH1 last in that order. So I played KH2, and then I went and played KH1. But the thing is, though, too, with KH2, I feel like with KH2, the recap at the beginning is so good that I kind of understood intuitively, like, what KH1 was about. Like, the boy gets the key, the boy banishes the darkness, and Ansem, and he was joined by Donald and Goofy. It was actually a really good, like, you know, recap when you were restoring Sora's memories, right? You did not need to play KH1. You kind of didn't. You kind of didn't need to play KH1 because you could really infer all of KH1 from the opening of KH2 well enough that you are not lost when playing KH2. To be honest, even after playing KH2, KH1 doesn't help. Yeah, I don't think it's like uber necessary, because KH2 gives you such a good recap that, like, and also KH1's a pretty simple, straightforward story, so it didn't need to be that complicated in order for you to really understand it. I'm one of those weirdos who knows that KH2 is technically a better game, but prefers the vibe and everything about one more. I mean, that's not uncommon. There's a lot of people that feel that way. I think I prefer 2 a little bit more on most fronts, but I think that 1 is a better story in most regards. And not that 2's story is bad, by the way. by any means. I think that 2 story is actually the last good Kingdom Hearts story. I said what I said. But I do think 1's is still like kind of like the better like story experience and such. But I do think that Kingdom Hearts 2's gameplay and just the general experience of Kingdom Hearts 2 is the best that Kingdom Hearts has to offer. Last good story was Days. Okay, I'll give you guys one last hot take before I go. I enjoyed the gameplay of Days more than I enjoyed the gameplay of Birth by Sleep. Alright, it's time to end the stream. Because that's my last hot take for the day. I did. I'm sorry. Days felt closer to Kingdom Hearts 2. Days felt closer to KH2 than Birth by Sleep. And KH2 was a better combat system, and Days was a better combat system, and Birth by Sleep was let me not say. But I prefer Days actually between the two. I know that's like a super hot take, but I felt like Days was actually a way better game than Birth by Sleep. I know people will fuck me up for saying that, but like it's so true, bro. Days was the better game between the two. Like the combat was like, on God, this is so wrong. He's losing fans. No, bro. I'm gaining based. That's what I'm doing. I'm purging the cringe out right now. I'm purging the cringe, bro. What are you talking about? Strangest part of BBS is how much is just Crisis Core underneath it all. Like the skill fusion thing is just materia system from CC. Yeah, they're very similar games. Tweet for fuck Birth by Sleep after this. No, I would never do that. They would kill me. Are you serious? There would be so many Aqua and Terra PFPs in like my fucking mentions. I would never. Super, thank you so much for the super chat. Believe in your words. Thank you. I do believe in my words. And I'm telling you, Days was the better game, dude. It was the better game. That's the one that should have been on the PSP and got the fancier graphics. Also, too, Days. I like Days' story better than I liked BBS's story. Like, I know, like, no one else feels that way, maybe, but like, I just feel like Days was just a better game in like most aspects. They hated him because he was right based. Actually, scratch that. Why the fuck does BBS have a Fortune Street minigame there just in the menu? Like, why do we have that as a shitty minigame in BBS, but does it get the official games that have Mario FF or Dragon Quest crossover that Japan gets? I don't know. All right, chat. All right, that's going to be all for this stream. I will be back on Monday to talk about all the stuff that comes out of TGS. Love you. Take care and have a wonderful weekend.